What up? We are live. We are live. Let's bring this down to a smooth simmer. What is the deal? What is the deal? Welcome to the Porch Session. I'll be that dude, aka Uncle Tom. Today's topic is gonna be a lot different. We're just gonna talk, have a conversation, things going on. Let's see if we can get someone in here. Let's see. See what happens. All right. Oops, wrong place. I finally got live on here and it actually works. Everything works. Everything's looking right. Kind of struggle streaming a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. We got a little music playing in the background. Ah. Yeah. So today's topic is the moon good enough for us? Is the moon good enough for us? But before we do that, we're gonna go through some other things and see if we can get some people in here to talk about it. If not, you know, it is what it is. We'll just go down there and I'll ask myself questions and we'll go with my theory. I like my theory. My theory is awesome. Let's see. Del Brewski already came by and dropped a like on the stream. Thank you, brother. Let's see. Bring it up on this side. All right. Bring that back over here. Oh. Over here. We're not going to do the stream. All right, we're going to go to Facebook. So how's everyone's day going? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. kind of loud. So what I wanted to go over yesterday, but I couldn't go over to yesterday because I couldn't get my stuff to work. I updated some things and just would not work for me. So I went by and I went and did some not research, but went on things. I like to grab a couple of things where I can see it and go from there. All right, I'm just gonna bring them all up again because I had a whole bunch yesterday to talk about.
At a time.
No, go by and download them again. Let's see if I got them all.
When I met my now.
Yeah, this thing that's going on in America. Oh no, we're not doing that one. That's way too long. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I got. If y'all didn't know about that one, we'll bring it to us.
I don't know what.
There we go. This one's crazy.
Me is very.
All right. All right. I think that'll be good enough for right now. Hold on. I didn't bring this up. All right. All right. Still waiting on people to get involved and get in here. Still waiting.
Since apparently using the word.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. Let me get my little soliloquy. Things are going on. Things are changing in America. They're rapidly changing since we've gotten Joe Biden in office, and I was kind of glad when they first gave him. I was kind of glad because I knew shit was going to go downhill. I knew that from the jump because you know, in the middle of a night when you're up by five points, and then you go to what I didn't even go to bed that night, but when I around 2 o'clock in the morning, things change. What do you expect? And I said, why fight it? Stop fighting it because stuff was going to happen, and this is exactly what happened. I mean, even though they know Trump as a fighter or whatever, he was going to do what he's going to do. He's going to fight it. He was going to fight it. He was going to fight it, and that I give him credit for doing it, but it was to no avail. You got to know when got to know when to give up because everyone was out to get you at that point in time. The whole time he was in office, everyone was out to get him. But so I didn't expect nothing of it. I knew once they gave it the nod to Biden, I knew everything was going downhill. But the more important thing was those Senate races in Georgia. We already knew we lost the House. We wasn't going to gain the House back. So the Senate in Georgia was important, and there was so much turmoil going along with that. I was like, you know what, just don't show up to vote. Which most Republicans didn't show up to vote for Georgia. So I was so glad when they lost, because it was a horrible turnout for Georgia. Horrible turnout for Georgia. For that. And hey, I was the whole time I was like, give them what they want. They give Give these people what they want because why the fuck not? Why not give them what they want? They were warned and they were warned and they were warned what was going to happen when Joe Biden. Hell, he even told what was going to happen when he took over. And then to give him the House and the Senate. Well, he doesn't really have the House all the way, but he does. It's in Democratic control because that's why we got the bullshit we got going on now. And yeah, why not give it to him? And such. Now they have it. What are they doing with it? What are they doing with the power that they got? They have been using this power that they have to do all kind of reckless shit. I mean, political fight, political infighting, political. It's crazy. Giving all of our hard-earned money to other countries. The Green New Deal light, might as well say that. They did do the infrastructure bill, which was okay. It wasn't that bad. I can't hold them against that, but did that stop anything? No, it needed to be done. It got done. It was bipartisan. Okay, cool. You know, but in the meantime, between time, they're using the alphabet agencies to go against civilians. Well, now civilians, even though he was a president, he's a civilian now. So now they're just going after anyone, and it's crazy the the hypocritic action that's going along with these folks. And what do you know? It is what it is. I can't complain. We didn't show up to Georgia, give them what they want. They're getting it now. So first things first, the pull out of Afghanistan. That was trash. And now they're trying to say it was a good thing. I mean, like when? Where? Bitch, where? When was it a good thing? I mean, listen, I'm all for getting out of wars. I went there. I don't think we didn't need to be there because the fact is we didn't have a mission. Our mission was there just to, I don't know, quell infighting, I guess, because we were enduring freedom. That was the name of the mission, enduring freedom. Did we absolutely do that? I can't say that. I cannot say we did our job there, but we did it so effectively. We're there for 20 years. It should have been like this. Oh, my stuff is not working. Of course, it's not working. Uh, struggle streaming. Struggle streaming. Give me 1 second. Let me close out of that. Exit. Struggle streaming is real up in the field. All right. Now, let's get to the basic of stuff real quick. So, Georgia, we lost the house in Georgia. Afghanistan happened. And then everything started going through the roof. The day Joe Biden took office, gas started to increase. You should have known from there. Once gas started to increase, it was a slippery slope downhill. And oh my God, did we fall really quick. Really quick did we fall. The Hunter Biden story got no traffic, of course. Look who his daddy is. His daddy's in office. Everyone says Trump is a criminal, but no evidence has been brought forward to take him out of office. So and put him in jail. He's been in office for a while now, at least over a year and a half. He ain't went to jail yet. He didn't even sit inside of a jail, but they keep calling him criminal. But I digress. Let's go through these. Let me see. Let's go through these things. You were warned about Joe Biden before he even took office, but no one wanted to listen because they didn't want to seem like they were racist as far as the white folks. And for the black folks, we hate Biden just because we were told to, or he was mean, or whatever the full emotional bullshit that the Democrats put into your ear to make an excuse for you actually thinking and going through the candidates and giving your true vote. Doing your research doesn't take a lot. It takes a couple of Google searches. But let's listen to what this Black Queen has to say about Joe Biden. Let's go. Let's go. See what this Black Queen has to say about Joe Biden. So yeah, here we go. Let me cut this down a little bit. What does Black Queen say about Joe Biden?
Literally makes things really real. So I'm going to use the word literally a couple of times about Joe Biden.
Okay.
Joe Biden literally just said Black and Hispanics cannot own homes, so they should be relieved from their goddamn student loans. Joe Biden literally said he did not want his children commingling with animals, jungle animals, meaning us, Black people with black faces and black skins.
He did say that.
Literally said that. He literally backed the 3 strikes laws and has over 5,000 prisoners in jail for under an ounce of marijuana for over a decade. He literally said,
did he say that? Die. He did.
1994 crime bill. He did.
He did.
Literally. Literally, Joe Biden cut all funding to historically Black colleges. If that doesn't scream racism, I don't know what does.
What do you think?
Since apparently using the word literally makes things...
I think he was racist, and I said he was racist from the get-go, and I had a lot of proof. I put a lot of videos out. I put a lot of things out, but no one wants to listen because it, you know, the orange, big black orange, not big black, the big orange man in office. And it was sad. It was sad that shit happened. So I mean, she had something to say about that. And it was cool. It was cool. It was nice. You know, but no one listens. No one listens. That's what's wrong with this United States of America. And I'm not going to say anything about freedom because we're not really free in America. Truly free, what people truly want by definition of the Constitution. It shows that from the start, they just take away your freedoms from the get-go. So the freedom kick is not all that. Even though they say we're free, the freest country. Yeah, we're the freest country, but we're not free. We have rules and regulations that guide us to do everything, which is supposed to be in a free society, whatever that means. But yeah, man, it's crazy. That's not it. So, what was this? All right, so we were doing a pandemic and everything with the pandemic should happen, all that craziness with them, with the pandemic and everything that went on, and we all know once the elites got tired of faking like they're wearing their mask and doing what they were supposed to do, and they all got COVID. They got COVID 3. Fauci got COVID. All these people got COVID. You know what I'm saying? I mean, got the pandemic juice, and they got needled up and everything else. They did, and they still caught it. Yeah. We all know what they said, but what they were trying to hang on to was these masks. So let's look at a little stuff about the mask now versus then. So let's look at this.
Whether to laugh or to scream, NPR reporting on new COVID-19 guidance from the CDC. Bullet point 1, those exposed to the virus are no longer required to quarantine. I'm going to skip number 2 for a second. We'll see why. Number 3, students can stay in class after being exposed to the virus. Okay, number 4, it's no longer recommended to screen those without symptoms. Okay, and then number 2, unvaccinated people now have the same guidance as vaccinated people. Unvaccinated people have it's been 2.5 years. People lost their jobs. And they said, you have to get it. And if you won't, you're going to lose your job. You can't go to school. You can't never mind. Oops. I don't know whether to laugh or to scream. NPR report.
That's crazy. I like these shorts because it gets down to the nitty-gritty. But that's true. People were forced to take shots that they didn't want to take, they didn't consent to. Then you got the people to say, hey, my body, my choice. So if they said my body, my choice, when it comes to the jab, you wasn't allowed to do it. You were frowned upon when you said some stupid shit like that. My body, my choice. And then here comes Roe v. Wade. They said, fuck my body. Fuck your choice. We're going to send it back to the States. we gonna send that shit back to the States. And did the females whine and cry. And the beta males. Did they whine and cry? Because, accountability is hard. Accountability. Who wants to be accountable for their actions? I mean, I do, but who really wants to be accountable? If I can just blame someone else for everything that's happened to me for the bad, because if anything happened to you for the good, you get all the glory. But when it happens for the bad, oh my God, everyone and their mama is to blame. You know what? Why not? The thing about the two factions of the debate of the A word for females, the yeeting process, is the what is it? God dang it. Drawing blanks again. I'm old. I'm sorry. The pro-life and the pro-choice are synonymous. Because with the choice section, you have what they forget in there. There's a lot more than one choice. So why are they harboring on just one part of those choices? And part of those choices is life. That's why they're all working together. I mean, I get what they're trying to say. It should not be pro-life and pro-choice. It should be accountability and non-accountability for sexual actions. That's what it should be called. Not pro-life and pro-choice, because if you say you're pro-choice, that means life is part of choice. But only the abortions is being promoted, and I don't understand why they're only promoting that part. I mean, a choice in the matter means you have more than one choice. I mean, there's more than one thing you can do. So why focus on only one part of the choices? And when you break it down to them, I just don't understand how they cannot see that they're both the same. I mean, the pro-life side sees it, but the pro-choice side doesn't see it. But it's mostly feminist white people that jump on that bandwagon, but they get the black females to go along with it because why not? The black female always wants to be what the white female is. So they jump onto the bandwagon for what they see the white females doing. And white females want to be on the same level as black men with the power structure. But they're not, never will be. So, it is what it is. I like being on the outside looking at these things, and I'm just like, they know who to do this stuff with too. They know who to protest to, and they know who they can sucker in to agreeing what they want. That's like they get the weak-minded people that can't think for themselves. They only bandwagon everything. It's they find the non-playable characters. They find the non-playable characters, and that's hilarious. Let's go on to our next video, man. Let's go on to this next video. This one's pretty funny. But let's go to this. Let's go to this topic. Now I like watching Tucker Carlson because I think the man's the truth. Does he say everything right? No, but for the most part,
the
the
city
man
of Miami
is awesome.
Is on track for the lowest crime rate since the 1930s, since Al Capone moved there.
Crazy.
Why? What are they doing that no one else is doing? Francis Suarez is the mayor of Miami. He joins us now. Mr. Mayor, thanks so much for coming on. I wish we'd done this story earlier. I wasn't even aware of it till today. What exactly are you doing in Miami that America's other cities are not doing?
Well, I'm going to blow your mind away. We actually increased funding for police. So we have the most police officers we've ever had in our history. We've also lowered taxes to the lowest level in recorded history, which has prompted tremendous growth. We grew 12%. I think it's the second most in recorded history as well. We have a 1.4% unemployment. We're the happiest city in America.
Wait a minute. He just said he has a 1.4% unemployment rate. That is crazy.
And the healthiest city in America. So it turns out if people are healthy, they're happy, they're working, they're not paying a lot of taxes, and they see an increased police presence, they don't have a tendency to commit murder.
The city of Miami is.
And you know what? They didn't take away no one's Second Amendment. They didn't. It's not. It's not about pro-choice, pro-life. What do you know? Life goes on without pro-choice when you responsible for your own actions, man. But the key thing he said, like he said, was what did he say? If people are happy and working, they don't have time to commit crime. Let's listen to this shit again.
Is on track for the lowest crime rate since the 1930s, since Al Capone moved there. Why? What are they doing that no one else is doing? Francis Suarez is the mayor of Miami. He joins us now. Mr. Mayor, thanks so much for coming on. I wish we'd done this story earlier. I wasn't even aware of it till today. What exactly are you doing in Miami that
what you doing
as other cities are not doing?
Well, I'm going to blow your mind away. We actually increased funding for police. So we have the most police officers we've ever had in our history. We've also lowered taxes to the lowest level in recorded history.
Listen, that got me right there. Lowering the damn taxes. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! You shouldn't. If you think about how we're taxed, we're taxed when we go to the grocery store. So when we buy something, we're taxed, right? When we sell something, we're taxed. We have, when you buy a house, you're taxed. You have, some states have state taxes. And then you're taxed when you purchase a vehicle, and you're taxed when you register the vehicle. It's just so many taxes that then you get surcharges on top of all these things that you pay in tax to. You get these surcharges to handle you paying your bill. That is the craziest thing. So you have 3 or 4 taxes inside of one tax bill. That is just crazy. But no one even looks at it like that. And then you got federal taxes at the end of the year. You got federal taxes at the end of the year. We're taxed 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times before we even. And then they say, we'll give you a tax credit, maybe. Get the fuck out of here. I would hate to be single because they don't get shit for single people. Single people don't get shit these days. So have some kids and be married, bro. It's the best way to go.
Which has prompted tremendous growth. We grew 12%. I think it's the second most in recorded history as well. We have a 1.4% unemployment. We're the happiest city in America and the healthiest city in America. So it turns out
if you're happy and you're healthy, clap your hands. Yo, that motherfucker said we're happy and they're healthy.
People are healthy, they're happy, they're working, they're not paying a lot of taxes, and they see an increased police presence, they don't have a tendency to commit murder.
The city of Miami.
And that's the truth, man. Happy, healthy, and working. Paying little taxes. Makes everything go good. I don't know why other cities and states don't take what Florida and Texas are doing with their tax rates. Just being healthy overall. And I ain't gonna say Texas is healthy because they got some biggins over there. Considering I'm from Oklahoma, I'm gonna say fuck Texas because fuck Texas. But if everyone knew me, I always I say fuck New Jersey and fuck New York. They both trash. Even though I'm a Giants fan, so don't hold me to that. But I thought this was crazy when I heard this. I don't know if I believe it because I can't find where the chick was talking about it. Like I wanted to get the whole actual video, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna play it, and I ain't gonna say I believe everything about it, but she's obviously talking to at a forum somewhere. So let's hear what she has to say.
Top robotics company in Japan this week. 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets.
Metal bullets.
The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. Paul.
At a top robotics
So,
company in
I tried to look this up. I really did try to look this up. Matter of fact, let's try to look it up again. Try it again. Ooh. Oh, here's a 3-minute video of it. Oh, 4 AI robots killed 29 scientists in a Chinese laboratory on December 15, 2018. Huh. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. Let's watch the video.
I hope nobody's sharing this Crypt Keeper trick right here.
Okay.
With her lying self.
Okay.
All she do is lie. She's been lying for years.
All right.
All that stuff she's saying cannot be verified.
That's what I said.
She pulling it straight out of some elephant's butt, a fictitious elephant.
Okay.
See, she's a part of the COINTELPRO movement we got here. That was supposed to be ended in the 60s, but continued in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and continues on.
Okay.
All they do is cover up for the government, making sensational claims that ain't true. Then the government then comes out and says, oh, you know, that's not true. Why are you making these sensational claims? Because, Joker, you paying them to do it.
Okay.
And here she go with her nonsense.
robots being developed for military applications killed 29
Well, he said South Korea. She said
humans in the
Japanese.
lab.
So that's 2 different places.
And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets.
Well, it's 2024. I
I
haven't
didn't
heard
know
anything
there
about
was
it.
any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began.
Here's the problem that I had with this video, and I had to read the video that I played, is that in 2018 we had pretty good cameras. Cameras wasn't that bad. They didn't have a natural blur to them where you couldn't see the person's face. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I know it was kind of fake from the get-go. But you know, whatever.
Restoring itself and somehow connected.
Like it shouldn't be a blur to the actual video. We had pretty good cameras in 2018.
Even more strongly than before. And
matter of fact, I still have my Samsung Note 4, so I know she's full of shit.
This is serious shit, Linda. But you're never going to hear about this in the news.
But wait, you thought that was over? See, she been on some other bull crap. Let's listen to this right, y'all.
On April 9th,
why is this shit so blurry?
I was inside of that AFOSI office at Kirtland Air Force Base. And I was handed those dozen pages by the man saying his superiors had asked him to show this to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be an alleged briefing paper for the President of the United States, all caps, without identifying what president or what date. But it began with
these motherfuckers do
very
not believe
dry
her.
historic summary of the Mantell case, the man who tried to chase the 100 or 200 or 300 foot diameter disc, and his plane ended up in 1,000 pieces riddled with holes that were later described as having interacted with a microwave energy. And it went into crash retrievals and a list of where we had retrieved discs from many places. And around the third page, in the middle paragraph, to my complete astonishment, I was reading in black text,
oh my God.
double spaced.
Why is this camera so goddamn blurry? I don't understand. We had good cameras in 2018. Hell, in 2015, we had good cameras on. Even on a phone, even though we know it's his phone, that motherfucker shaking it and something. And we ain't gonna talk about if we had an actual handheld camera. What do they call it? Them shits called camcorders. This is below subpar. I mean, look how blurry all these faces are. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Years ago, these extraterrestrial biological entities.
Oh my God, these people in their fakeness.
To teach Homo sapien about love and nonviolence. And the next three sentences, I can only give you the gist because I was so stunned by that first sentence. The next three sentences in that paragraph were that with that being, two others were placed on the planet and Homo sapien killed all three. And I looked up at that moment to
get the fuck out of here.
The desk, and I said, "We're talking about Jesus Christ here."
Oh my God!
And he only nodded. His face turned
all right.
very red.
We're done with that. We're done with that. So yeah, it can't even show the. Is this the same female? Yeah, I ain't trying to watch that shit. She's a Looney Tunes. She's loony. All right, so let's go with some different stuff. Okay, now when you look back at this last month and this last month that we went through, TikTok has been exposing people more and more each day. Well, letting them expose themselves more and more each day, and that is why they have been officially, I think it's banned from TikTok. Either TikTok or Twitter is libs of TikTok banned. I think it's Twitter that they're banned on. I'm quite not sure, but let's go with this. This is a video of the Children's Hospital. Well, I'll let you watch it.
Very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. I
want you to see in the lower right-hand part of your screen what it says. I want you to see what it says. It's crazy. But I digress.
Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include
gender-affirming hysterectomy.
That's technically a separate procedure called a bilateral oophorectomy. And not every gender-affirming hysterectomy includes that, and people who are getting gender-affirming hysterectomies do not have to have their ovaries removed. Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself.
Why in the fuck will they be giving kids, little girls, hysterectomies? Why would Boston Children's Hospital, right, one of the top leading hospitals in the world, promote gender-affirming hysterectomies for young girls? That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. This is crazy. What they're doing to the kids these days. They're having them confused by being in school, and they're telling them that if you're white, you're an oppressor. If you're black, you're the oppressed, and you're a victim, and blah 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 blah, bullshit. And then on the second side, let's keep them confused, and then we're gonna get them to be so confused that they want to decide to chop off their shit Or obviously here, as you see, get a gender affirming hysterectomy, whatever the fuck that means. You can't affirm a gender. What the fuck is what is wrong with this world? Either is or you ain't. It is sickening that they're doing this to these kids. That's why parents should be more involved in their kids' life. Always. If you're good enough not to be able, if you're sane enough to keep your kids away from these people, do so. And I know they always say, oh, well, they need to be socialized. Kids need to be socialized. But there's a lot of things you can do to socialize your kids outside of the school where you don't have to take them to school. Hell, take them on a hike. They'll meet somebody. They'll meet kids. I guarantee you they'll meet kids on a hike. Oh, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing that these people are doing this to our children. And in America, you wouldn't even think this shit will go down. But as we see, it still does. Crazy to me. And look at it. It's full-size surgical options for transgender teens. Has 90 videos promoting surgeries to the youth on their YouTube page. Co-director allows vaginoplasty on a 17-year-olds. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Are you crazy? It's all about the money. It's all about the fucking money. If they can get money out of you motherfuckers, they gonna do it. They gonna do it. Jesus Christ. This is stupid. All right. We're gonna end on a well, I'm not gonna end on it. We're gonna continue on with the rest of it. So had a flash mob of looters in LA. This was happened last month. It didn't happen this month, which is, we're only on the second day of this month. So we got a couple more to go. And then we're gonna do a monthly overview of the month before. So I'll do that every month. Monthly overview of this bullshit that's going on in our world. All right, so let's play this video with these crazy mofos doing what they do best, being jigaboos. Oh, where's the sound? Let me see if I get some sound. Is there sound on it? All right. Oh, wasn't no sound anyway. Just look at this. Hey, tell me when you see a white person. They ain't throwing shit. Tell me what Mexicans and that might be a white boy. Look at this. What? They just throwing bananas. They just look at this. Look at it. Tell me how you oppressed again. Tell me how you oppressed again. Look at these. Yeah. Yeah, let's get the blunts. All the blunts, guys. Black and Miles. All the blunts in the Black and Miles. This is just Mexicans, ninjas. I still ain't seen one white boy yet. Look. Oh, there's a white girl. Never mind. Boom. Got to be one. It got, look at it. What? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, let's video it. Yeah, put our face on video because we are smart. Hey, let me get some of the cards, though. Let me get some of the cards. Look at this shit. Hey, take these Black and Mild, cuz. Take these Black and Mild blood, cuz. Look at this shit. Wow. Look at this. But they're oppressed. These are the same people that are oppressed, and the system is against them, and this in the system, and that in the system. That's crazy. That's crazy. Them are the same people. The same people that cry, oh, they trying to kill us. All the cops are trying to kill us, and this is what we do because they're going to kill us, and all that extra bullshit they always say. And it's amazing. It's amazing that these people really decide to fucking do this. Go on there and do this dumb shit. What's up, baby bird lady? How you doing? For some reason, I didn't get your. Oh, went on the thing. I didn't see it. It's just crazy. That's insane. Oh, shiza. That's insane that shit happened. But let's go on to the lighter side. Let's go to the lighter side before I end this live stream.
Our wife, she lived in Iowa and I lived in California. We dated long distance for 1 year, and then it was time to decide who moves where. One day I was in downtown Los Angeles and I needed to cross 8th Street. I was midway down the block, so I looked, saw cars at a red light, and jogged across an empty road. A motorcycle cop a block and a half away saw me, lit him up, rode over, and gave me a ticket for jaywalking. Which was bad enough, but what made it worse is another block and a half to the west was a tent city under the 101. And when the guys there needed to go to the bathroom, they did it on the sidewalk. Did they get ticketed? Did they get arrested? No, because they have no money. In California, if you have a job and a bank account, you're a target. But if you're a drug addict taking a shit on the sidewalk, hey, you do you, boo. Live your truth. And that's why we live in Iowa today. When I met my now wife...
That's what I be telling people. Hey, get the fuck away from these shitty cities, man. Shitty cities, city states. If you don't like it, there's nothing that'll hold you down. If something goes wrong, why sit there and fight over us fucking shit that you don't own, bro? Fucking move, man. Fucking leave these places. These places are not good for no one. I'm not gonna put my kids or myself in my sanity in that type of predicament that I can't just get up and walk away. I'm not gonna do it. I will leave this place right now if I had to. Something goes down here in Florida, I'm out. I'm out these streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of these streets. Can't do it. I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time and sanity on places where I know I can just get up and move away. If I can get up and move away, by golly, I'm out of here. All right. All right. We're going to watch this one first.
You're supposed to take the warm ones and fill it up after you finish. You have one today. When did I finish? Oh, I saw you have a soda pop.
They're talking about Jews.
Won $1 million yesterday. You had $1 million yesterday? But I definitely might. You're supposed to replenish. You take the car and refill the refrigerator. I can't believe it. I never had anything after you've been here. Oh, fuck! If I taught you anything, I taught you to replenish. Seriously? Refrigerator, everything. In the basement. And if you went downstairs in the basement and got a soda, what was the fucking rule? Okay. What the fuck? Danny doesn't fucking replenish. No, listen. I think it's a microcosm of more serious things.
You need to replenish. If you take something from your parents' house, put the shit back, man. Make sure you replace what you eat and drink, man. Hard out in these streets, especially nowadays. Cokes are probably about $4 for a 20 ounce, man. Maybe $5 for a 20. I don't drink soda, so I don't know. That was a quick one. We're almost done with this live. I couldn't get no one in here. Besides, Bird Lady came out and Double Brucey came out and checked it out for a quick second before he had things to do. But hey, one of these days I wanted to talk about it, but I guess I'll hold off on this topic for a while. I think it's a very important topic that we need to discuss. But no one's gonna be here with me to talk about it. I'm gonna be like, psh. Mum's the word. Mum's the word. Anywho, let's listen to this guy. Let's bring him up to the big screen.
Every day. It don't be no blowout. But every day we stop and square and be like, all right, what's it gonna be? You want this smoke or what? And that's her talking to me every day.
All right.
My wife argue every day. Every day. It don't be no blowout. But every day we stop and square and be like, all right, what's it gonna be? You want this smoke or what? And that's her talking to me every day. Me and my wife argue. You know how long we've been together? We will argue in front of you. talking about you, and we don't give a that you there. You ever be out with a couple and they be arguing, and you be like, "Ooh, this is getting personal. Should we go?" I'm like, "I told you I didn't want to eat with them, but you got me out here anyway. So f it, Julie. Let's eat. That's it." We argue because we know. Me and my wife have been together long enough that we both agree that we both do not equally give a f what the other person is talking about.
That's true.
Do you know how long you got to be married to agree? I was talking to her the other day, and in the middle of my speech, she just walked out the road. She didn't make no announcement. She just walked on. And I wasn't offended. I was like, that's about right. She should have left 10 minutes ago. I'm not going to lie to you.
Say he didn't do anything wrong and back him up because you're investigate yourself and you get to kind of do whatever you want. That's what you mean.
All right. We're going to leave that alone. All right. All right. Let's go back to me somehow, some way. There we go. There we go. I'm back. Hey, how you doing? It's me. All right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Let's get into meat and potatoes. For everyone who knows I work where I work. And the question of this is Artemis. No, with Artemis, is the moon good enough? So we all know that the launch failed on Monday of this week, and it was postponed till tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's the launch. No, you're fine. You're fine, man. My thing is crazy out here. I can't really. It's not coming up with my comments, so it's one of those. But no, man. With Artemis, we talked about it on Chaotic Truth's channel the other day, and Double Brewski is a very smart guy on this thing, and he broke it down. Some places, things I didn't even know about. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I worked there, not because just because you work for a place doesn't mean you actually give a fuck about what's going on in that place. I'm one of those people. I work a job, I go home, and then I do this. I come on people's place, I go on other people's platform, I talk shit about things that I actually like about. I like talking. I like talking with people. I do. I like giving my side of the story, my side of my life. And eventually, these channels will become what I really want, which is a traveler's channel. For me and the wife. It's gonna be a traveler's channel. It's gonna be a travel channel eventually. But I still will do the debates if someone wants to get up here and debate. But the meat and potatoes is the moon good enough? And my argument is no. My argument is going to be no. We should not be launching to the moon, considering we've done it 6 times before. We've landed 6 times before. We touched the moon 6 times before. Why do it for a 7th time? They are not even going to the dark side of the moon. They're only going to the lighted side. So it'll be a wasted trip. Why do it again? And Double Brewski, he had his argument that we never made it. We never did it before. I agree. I'm not gonna say I agree or disagree. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say I disagree. I think my argument. I think we went there before. The reason I think we went there before is because I worked there. Do I believe in space? Sure, I do. I believe in space. But as long as NASA's paying the bills, woo-wee, you're not gonna get an argument from me. But there's a lot of things and a lot of information that's out there that NASA has told on themselves. Their own astronauts have told on themselves. Transformers are on the dark side of the moon. Yeah, Bird Lady's right. I think there's Transformers on the other side of the moon. I agree with you because we never been to that side, and I don't know. But is the moon good enough? This is supposed to be the biggest rocket to ever leave Earth. The biggest rocket to ever leave Earth, and why would we do something that we have done before? I mean, this is not football. If this was football, get in the end zone over and over again. That's great. But it should be bigger than that. We should be moving past going to the moon. We should be going to You know, we should circle the moon. How about that? Circle the moon or land on the dark side of the moon and have enough in a reserve tank to make everything come back or whatever. There's a lot of different things you can do that we haven't done before. Why do the same thing over again? That's my thing. Is the moon good enough? No. Somebody's lying. Somebody is lying. Somebody's lying. I just don't agree. Now they said, hold on, let me see if I can bring it up real quick. All right. Let me go to my good old Google. I'm sorry. I got 4 monitors going on right now and I'm just trying to work them all. I got 2 mouses, 2 keyboards, and it's hard. Struggle streaming. Let me see if this works today. Yeah, it works. It works today. So let me see. So Artemis is supposed to be the biggest rocket to ever leave not the United States, but ever leave the Earth. And we're going to continue to go back and do something that we have done before. What happened to the innovation? What happened to the innovation? Touch down on the moon. I know Buzz Aldrin lied to us, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say, you know. How many times? I ain't gonna say touchdowns. How many? I know it's 6 landings on the moon. I just need it because I need to go to Wikipedia. There you go. There it is. All right. So 12 people have actually walked on the moon. That's all they say. Oh, matter of fact, yeah. Oh, come on, Brent. No. See if it opens. Oh, it doesn't open. Oh, there you go. All right, let me bring myself back up on this page right here. Struggle streaming. Laptop. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that, but in the blue, it's all purple right here. Let me see if I can make this big. What does that do? Oh, no. No. Jesus Christ. Just make it bigger, bro. There we go. Ah, damn it. What is that? Nope. God dog it. These people. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. All right, we'll eventually get there. All right. All right, there's that. All right, so there we go. There's big. Let me move myself out of the way, or at least make myself. There we go. So all of the purple have been touches of the moon or landing on the moon. Apollo 11, all these other surveyors and things that actually this is Russia's. I think these are Chinese. So they went to the far side of the moon. They went closer to the dark side than we've gone. Look how far they went out. So the back side of the moon, no one has ever been on the other side of the moon. If it's supposed to be circling the us, I was thinking it would have a natural spin. I guess it doesn't spin. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I'm not a real smart guy when it comes to the moon because I really don't care. I worry about stuff that happens in, what do you call it? In the Earth, on Earth. So, Apollo 11. Oops, shit. Go back to where I was at. Where was that? Jesus Christ. You messed up my thing. Okay, Apollo 11, Apollo 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 72 was the last time we touched down. Like I said on Chaotic Truth stream, Why are we doing it again? I understand they said they lost it. They lost the crap. Cool. I'm glad they lost it. Happy for them. But we're doing the same over. We're doing the same thing over again. We're doing the same thing over and over again. This is crazy to me. We can go to this side. We can go all the way up here. We can go way down here, over here, back there. I don't care where we go. We can do something different. The moon is not good enough. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable to me. I personally think we should have went to Mars. No, we won't live. We can't live on Mercury. I think that's a gas state, right? Mars is not a gas planet. I didn't say Neptune. I said Mars. Let's see. How far is Mars from the moon? Yeah. Oh, Lord, that's a long time. So it said it would take us like 8 months to get to Mars. I know that. I remember that from when they were talking about it and I was reading it. But, okay, this is habitable. They found water on Mars. They found water on Mars. So there's something out there. Look at this shit. These are things that are going over Mars. So they say. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say I believe it, but look. They got the Earth in the background. How did it? That is amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I think it's 8 months to get. Let me see. How long would it? Let me look that up. I like to find these things out. It does look fake. It does. How far is Mars from Earth? It's already on there. God damn, that's a long time. 141.63 million miles away. Wow. How long would it take? How long would it take? How? Oops, can't spell. Long would it take? Okay, there we go. I mean, you want to come commentate? You can go jump on live and get in here and talk to me. God damn, see that shit? 200 to 300 days to get to Mars. That's more of something that we can do. I mean, we've had people in space for longer than 8 months, I think. Yeah, some of them have been up there a year. Come on, bro. Yeah, in an International Space Station. Even though the International Space Station is not really in space. It's in lower Earth. But, lower atmosphere, yeah. So they have a rover on Mars. I don't know how they got a picture of a rover in Mars, but hey, it is what it is. It does look like a green screen. Hold on, look. How did this tire tracks get in Mars? Yo, I just don't understand. I mean, this is a good picture. If this is a picture, man, this makes me not want to go to Mars. It looks hot. It just looks hot. I don't know. It says habitable. They say we can live on Mars. They say it. Why don't you go get online since you want to come talk to me, sir? Jesus Christ. Huh? The link's on my YouTube page. Go to my YouTube page. Link's pinned to the top of the chat. Jesus Christ. He always wants to interject. So if you're going to interject, you might as well get online and talk to me. No, that's my son. That's my youngest son. It's my 13-year-old. I have these conversations with him, and I'm not scared of him being on live, whatever. It's okay. I don't care. But this is crazy, man. half these pictures they come from other places. Like this is, I think this is China. Yeah, this is Chinese. This is crazy. Mars rocks. I don't believe this is Mars rocks. How did they get Mars rocks? How did they get them? Oh no, that's not my son's getting on it. How did they get these Mars rocks? And why these? Oh, these are the same one. When they pick them up, Mars rock touched by NASA. Get the fuck out. You know what? This is crazy. Oh my god. If y'all believe that, I got a bridge I can sell you here in Florida. You can come get it. I'll sell it to you right now. I mean, this looks almost true. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But that would be more of my thing. I think I would believe it more if we at least get someone on Mars. Fake news, for real. Fake news. Show me some Mars shit. You know what I'm saying? Show us that we building a colony in Mars. And you know what? I will say, I will give what that boy name is, Elon Musk, some props. The man did take 5 people into space, well, lower space, for what, 5 days, Kelly? Elon Musk took them people in space for like 5 days, wasn't it? I think it was 5 days. They were in space for 5 days. What Elon Musk did, and I thought that was awesome. Rather than the other one where they only took them up and they came back down. Like, woohoo! You did something great. All right, let's look up SpaceX took. Sorry, type of one finger. Oh, that's not even spelled right. No, no. What the hell? I don't need images. I don't know. I don't even care. But I know the thing. I remember they went in space for 5 days. Either it was 4 or 5 days. One or two. Then they came back down. That's better than goddamn going to the moon. At least you can accomplish something like that. That's crazy. But yeah, man. I've been on for an hour. I know someone. There's a panel going on somewhere. Let's go look at one of these panels. Let's see what they got on one of these panels. Is Chaotic Truth on? Probably is. Let's see. Oh, it's not on. Oh, it's not on yet either. Well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go back to this Mars crap. Anyway, I don't think, my opinion, that the moon is good enough for us. As Americans, we should strive for more excellence, more innovation, just more. Not doing the same thing over and over again. And then I wonder, are they going to be able to keep the trajectories, the flight path, all the information they need to go back to Mars for an 8th time or a 9th time? Because I just don't agree, man. This is just whack. I mean, is it a good foot? Yeah, sure. We're going back in space. NASA's actually putting something back in space. Cool. I'm glad they're doing that, and that's what I want to see. But I want us to go further than that. Elon Musk is doing space every day, every other day. He has 260 rockets that he hasn't even touched yet. Did you for his? This is when he starts to when he's gonna start trying to go to Mars. He's gonna put, what did he say? 26 rockets on one vehicle to go to space. 26 rockets on one vehicle to go to space. That's what Elon Musk said he was going to do. What up, Corn Pops? How you doing, buddy? You want to talk about space and why we've been there and we're going back to the same place all over again? I know we had a long conversation about it before, but I wanted to talk about it. If you want, you can pop up in the back and I'll bring you up. I ain't got shit else to say too much. But thanks for coming on here, bro. They never did it. They're fooling. They're not fooling me. They're not fooling me. But I don't see. The thing is, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Just don't take the easy way out. And that's what they're doing by going back to Mars. We've done it 6 times before. That means that's an accomplishment that, to me, I think it will be a much bigger deal. And you know how much tourism it will bring to this little spot right now if they decided to say, you know what? Fuck this bullshit. We're going to Mars. I think it will be bumper to bumper to bumper traffic because that will be a monumental thing. And it will be broadcast everywhere. And it will show that we have dominance in the space race. And that's what I want to see. I want to show that we have dominance. We shouldn't have a space force for nothing. Right now, our space force is for nothing. If we're going to do space force, do it for real. Go to Mars. You're like one of my favorite people. I mean, man, I'm telling you, we need to meet in person. I know you're down. I know you're in South Florida. You said we need to meet in person. We need to go shoot or something, man. Once this football stuff is over, because I coach, I'll have time. But man, I have time. I know right now I don't have time because we practice almost every day, and then I'm on these panels all the time. We need to do a panel from where we're at and talk shit to people. Oh my God, my little brat popped up. Let me bring him into this conversation. Give me 1 second. What up, little brat?
Let me catch up real quick. Bro, this computer takes forever to start up.
Hey, you have to use your bring your brightness up because you're pretty dark. Yeah, you're pretty dark, and we know you're not that dark. You ain't got real nigga skin like that. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Oh man, this is the better Uncle Tom. So he says.
I cannot see it for some reason.
You can't see me? Well, that's because hold on, let me change it. Hold on, let me change it.
I was full screen. I could not see you, and I still can't see you. I need to see the worst Uncle Tom's face, bro.
Yeah, okay. Anywho. Are you living in Fort Myers? Okay. Oh, okay. Now, that's not far from you, though. That's not that far. I thought it was actually further.
All right. Let's go. Rapid fire.
Yeah, this is the mini Tom. He's the third, actually. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's the third, actually. He's the youngest of them. Anywho, this is the one I coach football. But, so what do you think about Mars, bro? I mean, not Mars. What do you think about us going to the moon? Do you think we should go to... Jesus Christ.
Turn off the freaking ringer, bro. You're on air.
Okay, do you think we should go back to the moon for the 7th time?
No, I think one moon landing is enough. We basically know everything we need to know about the moon.
Are you sure about that? We haven't cultivated the moon yet, though.
I mean, I think we should try to go to the dark side.
See the dark side? You know what? It's like this. Welcome to the dark side. That's what I want.
I want to see if there or something.
I mean, you know what? Listen, that will prove that we have aliens. If they find aliens on the dark side of the moon, then you know what? I'll believe it. I wanted to bring it back, though.
look, the thing is about that situation, aliens and stuff. You have to believe that they're real because there cannot be just one freaking kind of what's it called?
I don't know.
Civilization, kind of.
Civilization. Okay. We can't be the only. You gotta turn me down because you're making a lot of noise in the background.
Oh.
Just mute the YouTube.
I'm not even on the YouTube.
How'd you get to the?
Oh, I went through the YouTube, but
Yeah,
it's
you gotta mute it.
Exited out.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what is it called? I can't remember it for whatever.
Civilization.
It's not that. It's like they're the whole. We can't be the only living things in the whole entire universe.
Living beings. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
All
living
right.
things because there's animals and stuff, and they're not beings. One could argue, but I think we should try to go to Mars.
I think so too. I think
See
we
if
should go.
there's
Even if we circle Mars, that'd be a good thing. Or there's a lot of things we could do besides just going to the moon and landing on the moon. Again, if I had Double Brewski here to explain why he thinks it's not possible that we've done it before and how we no, it was Gary. Gary Grant said it. How do we fly off the moon and come back?
Real quick,
Where's the propulsion rate?
if there's no wind in space,
How
was the flag? I don't know what that's called. Fluttering? I don't know. Blowing?
Was it fluttering?
It was. Look
No,
up the
I don't
video.
know. I didn't watch the video. All I know, there was no divot in the moon when they took off, and there was no space dust. And it should have been a whole bunch of space or moon dust that just constantly just floats, and it wasn't none of that. It should be
I think
so
you would
many
about
particles.
die.
It would have been so many particles that it would have covered all the cameras where you couldn't see anything. So I don't believe it necessarily that it was
How would you get
true,
cameras
but
up on the moon except for satellites? Because there were perfect angles of them like freaking skipping all along the moon, playing golf and stuff.
yeah. Well, that's
One
true.
thing that
Well,
would be cool is if we had like things that we do have those things that you ride on in space, not the rockets. There's like
no, they're called the rovers.
Well, I want to do that if space might not be real. It could just be a cover up for some money.
Corn Pops. I want to believe it too. But after listening to Double Brewski, I'm like, yo, that man is smart when it comes. I didn't read that far into it. I ain't gonna lie. I did not read that far into it, but he actually broke it down, and it makes you just think like, huh. Someone's right, someone's wrong. Someone's lying. Someone needs to make sense of the bull crap that's going on. But it is what it is.
Those alien conspiracy theorists sound.
Well, I'm interested in the UFO thing, even though I'm not interested in it, but I'm interested in it because what they keep bringing up to distract us from something. There's something beyond the distraction of the UFOs because every time something happens, there's like, yeah, but look at this UFO though. They're releasing some more documents about UFOs. Like, who the cares? Who cares?
I think it's kind of cool.
Unless
they're trying to take us over like the freaking game Destroy All Humans.
Was that a game?
That was a game. That was a game that Diari played.
It was Independence Day. I think it was made off of Independence Day because Independence Day we were taking over for the most part. Until Will slap a chick, slap a dude, went into outer space and saved our lives.
Well, it was about aliens and stuff. So.
Yeah. If you had to pick a planet that you would love to go to, which planet would it be?
Saturn is the one with the rings. That's what.
Yes, Saturn. There's a couple of them that have rings. I think. Let me look at the solar system. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been taking part of solar systems and scrapping, looking at it. It's been a while.
I don't know. Hold on. Would this planet have to be inhabitable?
Well, you won't be able to live. So yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I would be like a super being that could go anywhere and not die.
Okay, so Uranus has rings. Saturn has rings. That's it. The funny thing about they're saying that Pluto's a dwarf planet, but Pluto is said to be the biggest planet out of all of our planets in our solar system. We just can't see it.
Honestly, it would be cool to go into space.
I think so. Listen. If we were a space traveling thing, I think I would love. Let's see what Corn Pop says. One of Jupiter's moons has rings too. Yeah, you're right. Oh, is it? Oh, sustaining life, or has water or something? Oh, y'all know more than me.
I think it's either Mars or Neptune that rains
Well, thank you, Miss
diamonds.
Bird Lady. Neptune or Mars?
I said it's either Neptune or Mars that rains diamonds or metal or
That
something.
rains diamonds. I thought that was Neptune. Is it Neptune?
I don't know.
Neptune is more like us than any other planet.
Well, Neptune is more water
Yes,
and
but
wind. So-
here's the thing with water. There's got to be land somewhere. We just can't see it. As far as I think, we can't see it. That's what I think. We can't see the actual Jesus Christ, the actual land mass. But I want to.
I think if this was real, everything was real. Like, I think you would at least feel the Earth rotating every once in a while.
Let's look up. So you said Jupiter, right?
Yeah,
Or did you?
I said Mars.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it might be Mercury actually.
Yeah, Mercury.
Mars, Mercury, or Jupiter. I forgot that there was another M.
Okay, I think it's a dead planet. It might be a dead planet. That's crazy. Look at that.
Oh, it's Mars.
What is that?
It's Mars that rains that stuff because I remember learning about it in 6th grade.
Dude, it's been so. The thing about it all is that we don't know. They stopped teaching this stuff as much as I know. I mean, they stopped teaching it once it gets up to a certain level in school. What up, Double Brewski? How are you doing, my guy?
We were just talking about you, bro.
Yeah, we're talking about how smart you are with this stuff.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, they said so. It keeps going back and forth with Pluto being a planet, then it not being a planet, then it not being a dwarf planet, then it not. Because what I've heard, the latest thing I've heard that Pluto is probably the biggest planet in our solar system. We just haven't seen it because it's that far away. So if it's that far away and we see it as small as it is, it's probably bigger than every planet that we have. I mean, just think how far it's supposed to be. It said it was 142 million miles away from Mars is from us. Just think how far Pluto is from us. That's crazy.
So, Dad, I was wrong. It wasn't Mars, Mercury, or Jupiter.
It was
It's
Venus?
Neptune and Uranus that rains diamonds.
Nah, the earlier part of the stream, I was just watching dumb shit that was happening on, but we're talking about NASA and shit right now. Well, talking about the moon and shit now. So I was at the point that I think we should go, like I said,
Super high wind
to
speed.
Mars or some other planet, or even go to the dark side of the moon, something we haven't done before. So they say. So if it's something we haven't done before, we should go do something that we haven't done before. So if it's going back to the Mars, go to the dark side of the moon. And I have a question for you, Double Brewski. Does the moon spin like the Earth? around? Does the moon spin around the Earth like we do around the sun?
Did you know that if the world were to stop spinning right now, we would all die?
I don't believe it.
Well, if it's moving at millions of miles an hour,
I don't believe it. I don't think we'll die.
well, it will violently jolt us that way.
How would you know? Has it happened before?
No.
You wouldn't know.
After that,
okay, you gotta ask yourself. How do they know?
I mean, probably hypotheses, and I think it makes sense.
The light is still blinking. What light is still blinking?
I don't see any light blinking.
All right. Oh, it doesn't matter. No, but here's the thing. So I don't know. I'm not a smart guy when it comes to the moon, and I don't think it's good enough for us to just go just to the moon. But if we do, I want to see some different shit. Hell, do some drilling or something. Do something besides just fucking landing there. That's just boring as fuck. We've done that before, man. It's boring. We've done it. Move on. We get bigger and better things out of this world if we all just. I have faith in them. I have faith in our NASA people, even our contractors. If we can get it, if we can get there, we should be able to do something with it. But if we're not going to try, why even waste the money in doing it? Get that moon oil for real. Yeah, exactly. Cultivate that moon dust into something. It's got to be good for something. And I don't believe the moon is a dead planet. I think there's a lot going on with the moon that we don't know about. But I don't think the moon is good enough for us. What the hell are you doing, boys?
I was trying to do the moonwalk, but the floor is too clean.
Oh my god, get out of here! See, you see what I got to deal with, bird lady? This is what I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. Boy, it would drive me crazy. But we should find something on the moon. I think there's something beneath the surface. We have to do something beneath the surface of the moon. There's got to be something hitting there, or on the backside. It might not be nothing, but I think it's something because I don't think it spins. Does the moon spin?
Apparently it does.
It does?
I said apparently because...
You know what, let's ask fucking Bing. Let's ask Bing. I'm sorry, I'm for cussing.
How? How does it make different like shapes, like the waxing, the other ones, the full moon, the new moon? How does it do all that? Superman moon?
That's because that's us, bro.
What?
That's the Earth does all that. Oh, it does. Okay, so the moon does spin around the Earth.
Oh yeah, it does. It revolves. But I thought you were talking about
rotates. It rotates as it orbits the Mars. Okay, all right.
Oh, I lost my remote there.
Okay.
So essentially,
yes, the moon rotates, but it does not. It does so much more slowly than the Earth does. A moon day is around 29.53 Earth days. Damn, that's slow as hell. So in other words, every 30 days the moon does a full rotation.
wait, does the Earth do a full rotation over a year? Or is it all the way around the sun?
So the Earth does a complete rotation in 24 hours, but the moon does it in 709 hours. God damn, that's slow as fuck.
I think it's slower than dirt. Shoot, it's slower than me somehow. I thought that wasn't possible.
Yeah, that ain't possible. I don't think that's possible. Well, you slow as dirt, boy.
Oh,
you slow as dirt and mud together.
Aren't they the same thing?
Yes.
Wouldn't it turn to the same substance?
It will turn into mud. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. My parents ruined pets for me now since they had 11 dogs. Listen, I've had 6 dogs. I've had 6 dogs and 2 cats. We had chameleons.
They both dead.
Bird. Oh, okay. They both died. We had an alligator. We had a lot of things.
In Georgia.
Oh, I would have died with 11 cats. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have died with 11 cats, bro.
Do you know how much cat crap that is to clean up? Oh my god.
Boy, those litter boxes. You must have had at least 7 litter boxes. Yes. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
I
geez.
died with freaking Gucci meowing in the night. Imagine.
All right. So, would you say your would you want to go to?
Just the space.
Okay, just to space. I want to go further, just to space. All right, Bird Lady, what's your favorite planet? We're gonna read about it. I don't know anything about planets. It's been that long since I learned about planets. I want to learn some things about planets today.
Who has a favorite planet?
Who, me? I have a favorite planet. It's called Earth.
That's crazy. You mean the one that
Crazy.
gives you oxygen?
Yeah, man. Because without oxygen, I'm dead.
That's crazy. Who knew that? Oh my
Saturn.
god.
So she said Saturn. Let's go to Saturn. Let's look up Saturn.
If you love it, then you gotta put a ring on it.
Was that the song?
Something like that. All I know is ring on it. If you love it,
I don't think that was a song. I mean, I don't think that was the name of the song.
Well, I don't know the name of the song. I was just saying all I know is the words I ring on it. So stand up,
Yeah.
stand up, stand up.
I don't know nothing about Venus, which is crazy. Okay, Saturn, the 6th planet from the sun, is the 2nd largest planet. Okay, in our solar system by mass and size. The most distant planet is easily visible to the unaided eye from the Earth. This gas planet is made mostly of hydrogen and helium and is easily recognizable. Its yellowish color, magnificent rings, and oblate, whatever the fuck that is, or flattened at the poles shape. I guess, but I don't know what the fuck that means. But let's explore this bit. Oh, nope. Go back. How does this have a crust? Okay, Double Brewski, I got a question for you, bro. I know nothing about these crusts. Why do they say we have an Earth, not crust, but the core?
A core?
I don't think the Earth or any other planet has a core to their freaking planet, dude. We haven't even gone down far enough to even come close to making it to a core of the planet.
Did you know that people think that there's an ancient civilization under the ice in Antarctica?
Yes, I knew something about that. Yeah. I don't know what it was called, but I remember learning it in high school.
Just like North Sentinel, but
Listen. I personally think God froze the poles because there's too much sinning going on.
I don't really believe in God.
Why don't you believe in God? Per se.
I just don't. I mean,
most kids your age, most people your age in this day and age don't believe in believe in a religion.
I'm only saying that because, I'm not trying to be different or anything. I'm
not saying you're trying to be different. I'm just
kind of conflicted because
why
would God want his people that he created die?
What did you say again?
I said, why would God want the people that he created die?
Man, that's a good question. The answer to that is really simple, according to the Bible. According to the Bible, Adam and Eve were the first people on Earth, even though they wasn't the first people on Earth.
So technically, this is everybody alive has had incest. Got it.
Yes, incest was key to growing the population. That's true. So just like you have a mother and a father, everyone had to be born somehow. But on the same token, so was told that Adam and Eve they wasn't of this earth. They were not. They were pretty much souls. They wasn't really earthlings because it wasn't until Eve ate the apple and gave it to Adam to eat the well, not apple, Jesus Christ, the forbidden fruit. And once they ingested and ate from the garden forbidden fruit.
Wow.
Was it garden of what? What was the garden? Oh Jesus, I can't remember. It's been a
Adam,
while.
freaking Eve and Adam are retarded.
But yeah, as soon as they ate it, they became human. That's why they were able to die. But before they were just souls. You got to think of it like that because they wasn't of this earth, or even if they were of this earth, they wasn't. They had internal life, and it wasn't until they ate from the forbidden fruit or ate the forbidden fruit.
Were they told that they had eternal life?
Yes.
Let me not say that word. They are very, very
you
young.
You can say they're retarded. Yeah, the Garden of Eden. That's right. God, Jordan, I'm old, man. I'm telling you, I be forgetting everything.
You do. You do. I mean, you forgot my birthday this year. I'm joking. He ain't forget my birthday. Are you frozen?
No, I was reading.
Oh, well, you're just sitting there.
So my comments are not coming up on the big screen because I used a different method of getting it on the internet. So that's why. But I'm still learning this StreamYard shit. So once I figure it out, to the most part, I'll get it to working right.
Okay.
I agree with you, Double Brewski. Nothing's meant to last forever. That's why I've always taught my kids from a young age that I will die. I don't know when I'm going to die, but I'm going to die. And it's not going to be a sad thing. To me, it's not going to be a sad thing. Let me go. If
you love me, let me go.
Not that. I'm not that emotional about it. But the thing is, if I'm going to meet my maker and I'm not going to be in pain anymore, hell, let me go. Don't waste your time grieving upon me, man. I was on borrowed time anyway. Just like you're on borrowed time, your mom's on borrowed time. Everyone's on borrowed time. I don't know when I'm going to die, but I'm going to die. And it's not going to be a sad thing.
Oh my god, I freaking hate this camera.
That's because you don't know how to work it, bro. It's not that hard, bro.
It keeps popping up, and it's annoying. And I'm getting annoyed. About to see
Corn Pop, he has joined the live stream. Well, let's get you in here, buddy. I got too many.
Ooh, another person. Oh my god.
What's up, Corn Pop?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Mini Tom?
There we go. Are you on a regular webcam now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
you guys all right? You got to fix your mic, bub, because you got a lot of feedback.
My bad.
Oh, you're fine.
Not sure how to fix it.
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me all right? Or?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I had YouTube still playing. Now there shouldn't be any echo.
There we go. There's Brewski.
Hey, Corn Pop.
What's going on, Brewski?
Hey, good to see you, man.
You guys are like my favorite, like, chaotic truth people. I already told Uncle Tom that, but like you, yeah, met some cool people there.
Yeah, me too. That's actually one of the reasons I keep coming back. Uncle Tom, you're about the funniest guy that ever shows up there, and you always make a lot of fun.
I try not to be that funny, man. I try to just give my raw, uncut, non-emotional emotions.
Well, it's like this great, I don't know, knowledge that you're passing down, but you're funny about it when you do it too. It's like.
Well, when I be telling people, people don't understand. Like I'm an open book. If you ask me a question, I don't have to lie about anything. If you catch me in a lie that I forgot, hell, you call me a lie, I forgot. I don't really. I'm not gonna say I remember everything. I do got a brain injury, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's full of air.
I wouldn't head first into a T-wall, so
Ooh, gotta hurt.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Maybe that's karma for you throwing your brother through the wall.
Well, me and my brother fought a lot. So still love him to this day. He's just my brother. Even though he's like all my brothers are shorter than me. Well, my only brother's shorter than me, but everyone's
So it was
including
a
my
boated
dad.
relating accident.
Say again?
It was a boated relating accident.
Yeah.
I've been in a couple of those, so I can't talk any crap.
Oh no, it wasn't a boating related. It was a military related accident.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I'm 100%. That's why they got me out, because I started having seizures after it.
And I got free college.
I can't stand him. I cannot stand him, man. Y'all want a little jigaboo? You can have a little jigaboo, like.
We need to treat our armed forces.
Sorry, my dungeon's full.
Nah, he's a good kid. He's just
Sometimes.
he's just one of those.
It seems like a chip off the old block. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
You call me
true.
chipmunk?
Not a bad thing.
Chip off.
Oh.
Chip off the old block. It's an old expression.
Yeah.
I thought he called me.
Like your father.
I thought he called me a chipmunk because I would have go grab my freaking Alvin and the Chipmunk sweatshirt.
I didn't think they would. Do they even play that cartoon anymore? What, Alvin the Chipmunks? They used to play that on Disney.
They have the movies. I haven't seen any cartoons of it no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a new one. There's a new cartoon for it.
So, Double Brewski, a question about this whole thing. So I just figured out how long it takes the moon to do an actual complete circle, which is 709 hours. This is crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy. But so in other words, then we've seen the dark side of the moon.
Well, technically no, because they say that it's actually rotating at the same rate that the Earth is, to where from your vantage point, you're always going to see the exact same side of it.
That's bullshit.
Isn't it?
How do they know?
It seems a very convenient. It seems a very convenient answer.
Well, I think what they say, because like I was fighting against you guys the other day which you guys seem to have won that debate, by the way. But, I still want to believe the moon. We went to the moon, but what they say is they have like this reflective block on there that they can shine a laser at, and they can tell the distance, and like it's kind of like a Hall effect sensor that you put on like a crankshaft of an engine. Like it's rotating, every rotation you can count it as a revolution, kind of like that, but spinning at the moon. But
well, I mean, okay, I agree with him. Shit.
Well, could be. It's hard. It's really hard to say. I mean, unless you're the one that's using a lot of that technology. I mean,
exactly.
I studied a lot of conspiracy theories. Actually, back in 2015 to 2016, I started just looking up every conspiracy theory I could think of. I started looking up, the JFK assassination, Twin Towers. I started looking into all. It's like I wanted to understand. It's like, why did so many people have these opinions, and was there any merit to it? And every really good conspiracy theory that doesn't just wash away immediately has some kernels of truth to it, has some unanswerable questions. I personally never believed in the moon landing. That looked fake as hell to me when I was a kid, even. And so it totally did. It totally did. And I'll tell you why. I actually used to live in Arizona when I was a kid. And so I've been in long car rides where you're looking at a vast desert where there's nothing out there. I mean, this is, 30 years ago. So there was, open spans where there wasn't any developed cities. And so I've seen long, flat areas of desert and long, flat rolling hills, or flat, slightly hilly areas, I meant to say. And when you look at the photographs of the moon, the horizon line is only a few hundred feet away in most of those pictures. Whereas out in the desert, you can see for a couple of miles. So to me, it always looked fake because the horizon line was way too short, especially in an area where there's almost no atmosphere, because your atmosphere actually does obscure some of your view. Some of your actual viewing is limited by, even just wind, smog, things in the wind that actually does reduce your length of sight. So when I'm looking at these moon landing photos and the horizon is not as far away as you would think it would be if there's no atmosphere, to me it just seemed completely fake, like it was done in a studio. And in a lot of the moon landing photos, when you look at them, a lot of the Apollo photos, you'll see the same mountains and same hills repeated in different shots. Like you'll see one shot where they got the moon lander, the lunar lander, in the module in one spot, and you'll see these two hills right behind it. And then you'll see a different spot that allegedly is when the astronauts were further away from their module, and you'll see the same two hills repeated in multiple pictures. So to me, it always looked like a fake studio production, mostly because the horizon is not nearly as far away as it should be. Now, I had somebody counteract that on a video where they were saying, well, that's just because, the moon is a smaller diameter than the Earth is. It's only about 1/5 or 1/6, give or take, the size of the Earth. And I was like, well, still, even if you shrink the diameter of the moon comparatively to the Earth, it's still bigger than Oregon. If I'm standing in a large field in Oregon, I can still see further than what that range is in that picture. So to me, it no matter what, it always looks fake.
See, that's why I said you know way too much more than I do. I like working where I work, but Jesus Christ, I just can't get into it like that. I just hurts my soul. It hurts my soul.
Well, and that's understanding, man. When it's like finding out for the first time when you're a kid that Santa Claus ain't real.
I was Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't get that option.
Okay, fair enough. But it's one thing when you find out that certain aspects that you've been taught your entire life are BS. And actually, Corn Pop could probably agree with me on this one. There's a lot of stuff that you are taught and raised to believe about your country. I see that "Don't Tread on Me," that Liberty flag in the background, and we're patriotic, and we were
Tom's on board with that.
We're raised to believe in the ideals that we're taught when we were kids. They're not teaching the same stuff now, but when I was growing up, there was a very pro-America sentiment in our education. Well, now as I've gotten older, I've come to find out how corrupt the government is, how they are basically going against our rights, and also how
on an hourly and minutely basis that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I come to find out that some of the reasons that we actually got into world wars and various conflicts long before I was born were on false pretenses. The sinking of the Lusitania, I'm sure Corn Pop is aware of that one. The Lusitania was one of the reasons that we got involved in World War I. It was supposedly a passenger liner that was shot down by a German U-boat, and it's supposed to be a passenger liner with just innocent people on board. And that's why we went to fight, and that's how we got riled up to go. Well, they found the wreckage of the Lusitania, and the hull was filled with munitions. It was sunk because of one shot, because that one torpedo shot actually detonated a bunch of the munitions and caused it to sink. So
it's a hospital ship too. Why
would it have ammunition on it if it's a hospital ship? That's what I was.
But it was supposed to be a civilian ship with no military capabilities, and it was basically supposed to be an innocent target that was attacked, and that's why we jumped on board to go, well, screw you, Krauts, we're gonna go attack you. And you come to find out later on that actually that was false pretenses, and they wanted us to get involved in the war. So that whole generation was lied to because the bankers make money off of warmongering. Excuse me a second, I gotta pull this up.
World War II is a continuation of World War I because Germany got so screwed over. It's just it's just one thing. And then you look at Vietnam. The Gulf of Tonkin incident. They claimed that we got fired at from the Vietnamese shore or from the North Vietnam, and that never. We later find out that never really even happened. That was the whole pretense to go over there and start bombing and start doing mostly like the more kind of special ops stuff at first in the early '60s, and then we went full tilt and started having a serious operation over there.
Yeah,
I think it's something like we dropped more ordnance in Vietnam than we dropped between World War I and World War II, like from all sides. Like you add up that when they were doing like those B-52 bombing runs, just the idea of like how much they dropped. I could be incorrect on that, but I think that's a thing.
Yeah, probably.
We did drop a lot of. It's sad because the things we do when we just leave, like nothing happened. All these wars is to keep them off supposedly supposed to keep them off our territory, off our islands, or off our big piece of crap lands, which is the reason why we'll never have a war over here because we fight our wars over in their lands.
Well, just like
Keep
the
them
book
away from the house.
1984, the book 1984, War is Peace. I mean, our country's been at war almost the entire time it's existed, but most of us here live in peace, and so we're completely unaware of what's really going on overseas, and our government's not going to tell us the truth, especially if they're financing the opioids and all that stuff, and keeping the poppy fields intact, so all those drugs can be just funneled all over the world.
Yes, war is business, and war's a racket, man. It's just it's like so much of it just these proxy wars. Like, if these wars that are really good, like for America first, like for the American people, are they good for a couple of very wealthy people that want to, get a little bit more on their bottom line? It's
The people who make money is all the politicians, because the politicians send us to war that they wouldn't send their own sons and daughters to fight the same wars.
Well, they're controlling the bankers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're all on a tilt. They're all on tilt.
Well, that's why I don't want
it. And that's why me personally, I am so for term limits. Because if you have term limits, that means it's a circular revolving door that you cannot be in longer than this many. Just if presidents have term limits, everyone in Congress should have a term limit. And that's how I feel. Because this is so corrupt. Nancy Pelosi's been in office for over 40 years. Joe Biden's been in office for over 40 years. That's crazy. This is not supposed to be a retirement plan. You're not supposed to have a retirement plan for Congress or in any parts of the damn process of Congress. But that's what these people have turned it into, because there's no law against it.
And they go in with maybe $1 million in their bank account when they start, and then they end up as multimillionaires, billionaires on a salary that pays a few $100,000 a year. Really? Yeah. We know who's paying for them.
Well, we also need to ban I'm big, it's one of the, I know you make fun of me, one of the things I do is a lot of Civil War reenactment, and the whole idea of the lobbyist type thing as we know it today. The term lobbyist comes from General Sherman, his brother. I can't think of his brother's name. He was a senator, and the term lobbyist came from it was illegal to meet special interest type groups in the Capitol or in the House. So he would actually go and meet in these hotel lobbies with these special interest groups, like maybe somebody who's for coal or for name that business they're in for, and they would go in these secret meetings and they'd pay him off, so that way he would work for whatever that interest was, not necessarily the work for his constituents of his community, but for whatever highest bidder he was paying him off for. And that's how we get the term lobbyist. So that word comes from. But I think lobbyists are some of the, aside from some lawyers or some of the, which a lot of them later become politicians, are some of the scummiest people on the planet.
Yeah. Well, I've got a plan to fix America. Make corporate lobbying akin to high treason, and invoke the death penalty for even the slightest infraction. When people want to run for the office of the presidency or pretty much any office, no private money for advertising for their campaigns would be allowed. You would have so much tax dollars set aside, so everybody would get equal amount of advertisement to basically put forth their campaign goals and their ideals and appeal to their constituents. So it would all be paid for by tax dollars, and it would be very limited. There'd be no private money going to fund it. So you couldn't have one guy that's getting paid off by all these companies getting millions or billions of dollars to advertise for his campaign, whereas all his opponents that are just independent guys like you or me wouldn't have a chance to compete. Basically take all the private corporate money out of it and completely eliminate that. Then
interesting.
Yeah, then if my boss has actually brought this up, just like cops are supposed to wear body cams, or cops are mandated in most states to wear body cams, so should politicians.
That'd be difficult to implement, but that'd be awesome. And something about that they're signing away certain bits for being a politician. They're signing away certain freedoms of privacy, like maybe in their communications or something. That way you can see if they're having some sort of
Yeah, kind of like your tax stamp. When you go to buy a full auto or you go to buy a suppressor, they can show up at any time and investigate you. Well, that's...
So in other words, you will be in favor of what the Democrats proposed. They proposed that, something like that.
I doubt that entirely. That they would say that politicians. They might be saying Republicans need body cams, but they're not saying
not
themselves.
not body cams, but I mean the actual taking all the money out of Washington and letting the tax dollars actually pay for the funding of the constituents. I mean, not the constituents, candidates.
I don't know if I'd be okay with letting tax dollars necessarily do it. We just need a lot better auditing. I think. It's
Well,
okay.
what he's getting to, what he's getting to, which is interesting, is we're already funding the government. Already, the money that we already fund them should be spread out between each one of the candidates that's running up there. That way, you'll have an actual competition between the candidates without having to run and leech off the other people. Like we get all these text messages about send me money for this bullshit so I can get this person in office that never will get in office. But if you take the corporate money and the backing money off of it and just let the tax dollars do it, that means you'll get a consistent thought process that these people actually really want to work for you because they're not getting nothing out of the deal. They're actually running off of the strength of their campaign and their campaign only, which is I agree with. I mean, right now it shouldn't cost as much as it does to run a campaign because simple fact is you're staying in state, drive down the damn street and campaign, and then when it goes nationally, I can see putting on national, but you're still not national. You're still for your state. So in other words, it shouldn't cost right now. Campaign shouldn't cost you anything because if you got a camera and you have a website, you can campaign anywhere.
Oh yeah, especially with these modern platforms like YouTube. I mean, you can
exactly, and that's a good idea. I actually like that.
That'd be awesome, man.
I actually like that. I never thought of it like that, but I actually like the fact that you can take money, all the corporate money out of it, and I want to hear your true thoughts. Like I would rather someone come up there and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm a full blown racist and I hate niggas. Fuck them. If you wanna vote for me, we'll get rid of niggas. I would rather than come out and say that. I want to know
They're
how
trying to do
you
that
really.
with Trump and Biden, like have a Joe Rogan debate. Like imagine like either like a Joe Rogan or like chaotic truth-esque debate between candidates. Like how awesome
That's
that
what
would be.
I'm
Like
saying.
have it, and don't have it some BS like 45 minutes and okay, you get 2 minutes and you get 2 minutes. No, just open forum. Like this might last 3-4 hours long. Might last 6 hours long, and just let them go at it. You know.
I forgot what it's called. It's not an impromptu debate. It's called a what? Jesus Christ, what is it called? I used to do them all the time. God damn it! It's not a formal debate. It's jeez. I'll think of the word.
I'm bad with fancy words. I'm from the South, so
Man,
I know you're not originally from the South.
Dude, it's horrible. But what it is it's like each person gets like 2 minutes to overview what the topics are, and it's on the fly. And that's how a debate should be. You shouldn't get these questions in advance. You listen. You should go up there and say what you say, and he say what he say. You have 2 minutes or 3 minutes for rebuttal. These slow-winded bags, give them 7 minutes. It doesn't really damn matter. They talk slow and they think slow, and let them get what they have off their chest, and then see what they got to say. I'd much rather someone tell me up front that I don't like you or I don't like this about this person, because I'll know which way to attack.
Yeah.
Not just sugarcoat shit, because that's what we're getting. We're getting the sugarcoated shit from everywhere, and that's my problem. That's my problem, because I will say this: Joe Biden said everything he was going to do before he even got in office. He said it.
Yep.
No one, only people that believed it were people that were Republicans or conservatives that said, you know what, he's right. He's been that same fucking way the whole time, and y'all know how y'all. If it wasn't for Jim Clyburn, Joe Biden wouldn't have been on the ticket. It would have been some other. It would have been Bernie Sanders, maybe. But they have a knack of fucking Bernie Sanders.
Tulsi Gabbard would be a good. I mean, if you made me pick any,
you know what? I'm telling you right now,
people
people don't agree with me. I've heard so many people, most conservatives tell me they don't agree. I'm like this. She is basically a conservative. She just doesn't know how to say it. She is scared to say, you know what, I'm a conservative. There's a lot of policies I don't agree with her with. But I don't agree with any politicians, all their policies. But I can take in consideration that she fought for this country, whether she's female or not. That's not my problem. I don't care if you're female or not. Some of the things that she was for ending wars, period. There should be no troops downrange. Why should we be downrange fighting for everyone else's freedom? If she was willing to cut off all the money to NATO and all the money to the World Health Organization, like Trump did, I would have voted for her too. I had
But
no
you know who
problem.
the largest lobbyist group in not only the United States but in the world is, and who determines who's going to be in the primaries in each respective party? Do you know which group is the largest?
No.
It is the, I'm sure you've heard of it before, it's called AIPAC, which stands for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. And it's foreign money. It's not like domestic citizens that are Jewish people. That's why, like, a lot of people might think it's coming off as like some sort of, you get the anti-Semite thrown at me all the time. That's the one attack they like to use because they don't like admitting the truth. But it's true. I mean, you don't believe me? Look it up yourself.
Oh, I believe you. But
Well, that's
the PACs.
Oh, go ahead.
The PACs out here run everything, whether it's foreign money or American money. These PACs. The thing is to get a PAC done. I was telling me I was listening to Jesus Christ. What is his name? He's in Texas, and he has a podcast on here. He ran for governor.
Is it? It's not Rick Perry.
No. He's actually.
Ron Paul. Ron Paul.
Nope.
Please tell me you're talking about Beto O'Rourke.
No, Chad.
I don't know who the hell you're. Hold on, I'm looking this up. I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
He ran for governor against Abbott, but he was a comedian.
Texas comedian for governor.
I have him underneath I watch his podcast all the time.
Chad Prather, is that him?
Yeah, Chad Prather.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I've heard of him.
He's who this guy looks like.
He's been on the Blades TV.
Yeah. He broke it down so much because he ran. He's like, it's so hard to get once you get PAC money, that's when you know you're really official. And
okay, yeah, I know this guy.
The thing about it is I think he would have won if what stopped him from actually winning is no one likes him because he's actually on YouTube. But he does a lot for everyone. This dude was Doctors Without Borders or something like that. He did that for a long time, and then he did ministry and all kinds of stuff. Like, dude's a rock star, and he's so humble about what he's done. Even though he makes a lot of jokes and all that, whatever. The dude is humble about what he's done, and he doesn't brag about it. Most people don't even know he did things like that, and I didn't know until he actually came out. I was like, you people just don't know what I've done. Am I saying I'm the best out here? Nope. I've done a lot for people that I lost money, didn't make money, did all this just on the strength of me loving to help people.
Well, to your point on that, most people who do things like that, generally just for the good of doing it, don't advertise it. They don't broadcast it. They're not telling everybody. I've heard that the actor Keanu Reeves donated significant portions of his wages to the film crew and the staff and the stunt directors, and he spends all this money on, and gives away a lot of his own wealth and income, and he doesn't tell anybody about it. It's those guys that are always trying to virtue signal that, or like Amber Heard, like, well, I pledged this amount of money to him. Well, you didn't give it to him.
Pledge is not doing it.
Yeah.
Pledge is not doing it.
Yeah, but they do that to sound good because they want people to think that they're a good person, but they really aren't. It's the guys that actually donate money and never tell anybody because they're doing it for the sake of doing it, not for the renown that it gets them. It's like, oh, this guy's a good person. It's like they don't care. They're just doing it for the sake of goodness.
Virtue signaling. They don't need a pat on the back. They're just doing it because they want to be a good person, and that's that unfortunately doesn't get you anywhere today. Now it's you have to
what up,
you have to show to the world that you're such a good person. It's.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? You can come on the panel, bro. We're just sitting here talking trash or talking spit. But I have a question for y'all. I don't want to make it about Trump. I know people are asking. People are talking about it. My question is, I've heard so many times since I've been on this YouTube space, not even just YouTube, when I was on Facebook, when I was on Rumble, that President Trump is going to jail. And when you ask them why, no one can ever give me a significant answer of why. They just say he's a criminal. Do you think with the new allegations against him right now that they have enough? Well, they don't have enough to put him in jail because he'd be in jail. But do you think anything will come from these what the hell are they? The damn papers that he took from Mar-a-Lago.
So I'll start with that. I think that they're basically they're so desperate. They're going to do anything and everything they can. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat. They're going to steal. They're going to do everything they possibly can to prevent him from running in 2024 or beyond. Because, I mean, they spent 4 years lying about Russian collusion and this, that, and the next thing. They couldn't prove anything. They literally are so terrified of his popularity that they're going to do or say absolutely anything, whether it's true, whether it's lie. They're going to try to catch him in this. They're going to try to catch him in that. They're so desperate. They just want anything to stick. It doesn't matter to them. Absolutely anything. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Another
don't think they're
question.
going to
For
find
you.
anything in those.
The caveat. Do y'all want him to run?
That's a good question, man. Like
Okay. Another question.
They're going to find anything in those.
The
I really don't know because it's like, do you want him to have only? He's only going to have 4 years, and you want the left is going to try to kick back after that. So it's like you want to only get 4 years of conservative, and then just hope to God that we get another conservative from a different president. It's I don't know. I mean, yeah, in theory we could have say like Ron DeSantis could run, and then we could have him for 4 years, and then he could still lose after 4 years. But I think Trump is a lot more risky just with how much hate is against Trump.
Yeah,
it's.
I agree.
I'm not an intelligent enough individual to surmise on that. I wish I could.
I say, me personally, I think he should come and run. The reason I say he should come and run, do I want him to run? No. But I know in the heart of hearts that if he does decide to run, Ron DeSantis is not going to run with him because he'd much rather be governor than go second ticket. Second on the ticket. And I don't disagree with him. I don't want to be second ticket. But no matter who he gets, if he gets he gets Jim Jordan, that would be ridiculous. If he put Jim Jordan and Trump on the same ticket, they're both fiery as fuck. But I don't know. I don't think Ron DeSantis wants to be second ticket. I think he wants to be first. But he wants to complete his 6-year term out here. Well, 6-year term, and then go into office if he was to do so. But I think he would run.
Sorry. I hope he does. He'd have my support in a heartbeat. On a side note, I heard this the other day. I haven't exactly confirmed it, but I saw this pop up on another YouTube channel. Allegedly, Governor Gavin Newsom, the horrible governor of California, apparently his in-laws, so his wife's parents, donated $5,000 to Governor Ron DeSantis.
I bet you they did.
What? That's hilarious.
Hey, you read that on Bumble. Stop playing.
No. That was on Sky News Australia.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
their YouTube channel.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Australians get a lot of stuff straight. Like
if y'all don't understand how fucking fantastic that fucking.
I love it.
Sugarcoat shit. They don't sugarcoat. Only thing I disagree with them with was how they handled the pandemic shit because they didn't give any pushback during the pandemic.
No.
Well, they didn't have the guns.
They had camps. They had camps. They'd send people like oh no, like and you I can't do an Australian accent, but don't you cross the line on your they'd have little mobile home porches on them. You couldn't go across the line on your porch or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
I would have never thought that Australia would do that to its people, but it shows you that it can happen
anywhere. The redneck British people, like the kind of rebel British people, almost not as rebels as we are, but kind of they weren't gonna follow sell their soul to the state. But I guess I was wrong about that.
Well, they did more than sell their soul to the state. They did that. Is just crazy to me. Why is this looking like this? Oh, I tell you, I do not know. I have extra space I don't know.
But yeah, I would vote for, like you're saying, Brewski, you would vote for Trump. Like, yeah, if he ends up running, yeah, I will vote for him because one, I think he's going to be a lot more hardcore this time because he trusted along with a lot of the wrong people last time he went around. Like he gave his son-in-law a bunch of power. I forget what exact position he gave him in the White House, but he gave him a lot of power, and that's crazy that he screwed him over like that. His own, no, it's only in-laws, but his own kin like double crossed him, and yeah, I think
he was made kind of a pariah by the media and other people. So, you kind of have to make a choice. It's like, well, do I side with this guy that so many people seem to hate, or do I distance myself because I want to further my career with these people later on?
You shouldn't have listened to his son-in-law. I've said that from the get-go. I mean, his son-in-law did some good. His son-in-law did get some things done. His son-in-law's very effective. But Jared Kushner is not. You are not. No one voted for Jared Kushner.
Mm-mm.
And that was his problem. No one voted for Jared Kushner, and he decided that, you know what? I think, I won't even say it's last year. I want to say the last 8.5 months to a year. He just let the presidency fall by the wayside. And that's why he was too much into getting reelected, which is, you're supposed to. I know you're supposed to be in campaign mode, but he was a walking campaign. He didn't have to do it.
Mm-mm.
He didn't have to go out there. He was doing what, 2 or 3 cities a day? That's crazy.
Yeah.
When Joe
Did
Biden,
you guys ever go to one of his rallies?
Huh? Yeah, I've
You
been.
guys ever go to one of his rallies?
I've been to 5.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh wow.
Like a rock concert.
I told the story that every time I go into one, they're like, because I'm always in my Trump gear, whatever. They're like, "Hey, are you a black for Trump?" And I'm like, "No,
I'm just a guy for Trump." That's the right answer.
I'm not a black for Trump. You're not gonna have me on a stage looking stupid, and everyone calling me, "Oh, look at those! Look, he bought some more black folks."
That's what really bothers me about it, and I feel like rhinos are like kind of like the boomer generation is especially bad about this. It's like, oh yeah, we got one of the blacks on our side. Like, yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, you're really gonna get more by like pointing it out like that. Like, it's just no, they're just, it's your fellow American, man.
It's so demeaning. It's so demeaning. But what to me, I'm much, like I said, I don't think they understand that they got little side racing that they don't see. Like, I don't see white folks as either better or worse than me. I don't see them as anything other than an American that's here.
Yeah.
Live and die in America, whatever it is. I don't look at people, oh, you're a white person or you're a black person. I think it's funny. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think race is funny as hell. I listen.
Yeah, it is. Like it's. I can put it. And if there's something that people laugh at, it's not like there's always gonna be people get offended by a joke. So like, don't ever let someone stop you. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
From not making a joke that's based on race or something. Because some stuff is just funny, like making jokes on stereotypes and stuff.
Some of the black jokes are some of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in my life. I kid you not, dude. I was some of my friends.
I tell you what, going on that members only stream with on CT's channel and telling the park bench joke. I never thought I'd ever be able to tell a group of black guys that without getting punched in the face, and everybody laughed. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, and nobody ever has good white guy jokes. What's a good white guy joke?
Dave Chappelle excelled in the white people skits. Yeah. When he did like the guy, like the guy that like put his leg up on the desk and he has like the little revolver and.
But there's not too many white jokes that are fucking funny because y'all don't really care about shit. That's the funny thing about it. And I'm like, they don't care. Like, I can call my wife a honky all day or a cracker. Like,
Cracker, like honky is, I guess some would call derogatory. Cracker, like I think that I'm a Florida cracker. Like cracker, that's like a historical Florida thing. Like
it's like a badge. It's like a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? That's what I never listen. That's why I wear all these derogatory slurs. Like I put a whole bunch of derogatory slurs on the shirt. I threw the shirt away eventually, but I had I think it was 20 different racial slurs on the shirt that I wore around when I went to the gym. That's where everyone gets upset, and I'd be like, "Why are you looking at my shirt? Obviously, you're supposed to be working out. If you're looking at my shirt, you're obviously not doing what you're supposed to be doing." So
There you go.
Some annoying ass, like horrible liberal leftist women at the gym, man. Like you can always tell the ones, cause it's the ones that are always like, it's just like the one that CT, that he had one show where he had like, there's some black dude that like, but like he wasn't even really paying attention to the chick, but she's like, stop staring at me. But that kind of chick that like she goes there and she knows she's showing her ass and like knows that she's gonna get people to look at her. And then when people do look at her, she wants to like make a scene about it. Like those kind of women.
Yeah, those women are annoying. I will agree with you on that one. Those are fucking annoying. And I never in my life thought I would ever encounter one, but I did. I do. I care.
They're really bad at the around the clock.
I've encountered a whole bunch of. That's usually when you're at the gym is when you encounter the bottom of the barrel white chick that thinks she's gonna fucking be better than you, and I'm not the one. Like it's annoying, but you get over it. Like right now, I'll go to my homeboy's gym. He's a great dude. It's a small gym, and I like it that way. I don't want to go to these. That's why I stopped going. I had a Planet Fitness one that was dumb. I had a Gold Gym, and then they're just people are too into their looks. LA Fitness is the same way. I just much rather be at a small gym and do what I got to do and get the hell out. Not there for the show. So
I'm around the clock fitness now, but it's just, and I like it. It's a bigger gym, but it has like showers and stuff. And I like, before like getting back in my truck, like not being all sweaty. So I like it for that. But if I could find a small gym that also has like showers and stuff, then I would definitely switch. Cause I don't like that whole, like the people that go there with like their matching Nike shoes and Nike sweatpants and Nike, like the girls got her Nike sports bra. It's like, is this a fashion show or are we just going here to get in shape? It's like,
yeah. So I have another question for you dealing with politics. Who do you think will make a better GOP Senate lead, head of the Senate, head of the GOP senator? Like who's in there right now? Was Mitch McConnell from taking his spot, or would you leave him there?
He is such a fud.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell, he needs to go. He's about as limp as a wet noodle.
But you got to give it to him. He knows how to play his cards. He is right now the kingmaker.
I think he's half white, half turtle. By the way he talks, he is definitely has some turtle DNA in him somewhere.
Yeah,
Mitch McConnell stands his ground when it comes to shit that's going to benefit the Republicans.
He's been wishy-washy on some gun control stuff. That's what's really
listen, any control on guns is against the Constitution anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So I blame them all, but he has let it come forth, just like he's let a whole bunch of these bills come. Well, we can't do it now, but when he was in charge of it, when Trump had his 2 full years of getting shit done, he hindered it. He hindered a lot of stuff coming through, especially doing what was he supposed to? He was supposed to do immigration. He hindered that. He not only immigration, he hindered the wall for a long time. The thing about Trump is he didn't really get a full 2 years of not fighting anybody. He fought everyone the entire 4 years he was in. Yeah. And that he was hindered in what he was capable of doing, and that's why I didn't like that. That's why I wouldn't want him to run again. Do I think he can do a lot of good for the country because he doesn't just look after one part, he looks after all. And Joe Biden just went around and just cut funding for HBCUs and all the rest of the stuff that he put in place by the pen. That's why I'd much rather go through Congress and get it signed into law, which he could have did the first 2 years he was there, but it's how he was fighting everybody. You get things like this happen and people crying and complaining about gas prices because it's not going to really hurt me too much because I can afford to go buy gas. Do I want to put $1,000 in gas? Fuck no. I got other things I can do with my money. But it's not going to hurt a person that makes a decent amount of money that can afford it. If it was up to me, if I can be even more frugal than I am now, I would do that. Just so I don't have to go buy a Tesla because that's not the way of the world.
Yeah,
I'd never buy a Tesla just because you can't go take like a road trip in a Tesla, at least not like a real one. You can only drive for the best ones if you drive real conservative, maybe 350 miles, 400 miles.
Yeah, that's the base right now is about 350 miles. The most I've seen was 5, but that was in very, 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 very high upgrade. So,
well, my biggest problem with the Tesla is, say you run out of fuel and you're stuck somewhere, you can't just get a gas can and hike 3 miles to the nearest gas station, fill up, go back. No, you need to get that piece of crap towed to a charging station. And if you're in rural America, you could be going for 100 miles before you find anything. So to me, until the infrastructure is 100%, the infrastructure for those carts needs to be made first, long before you try pushing everybody to buy one. And until that's the case, they should actually be making more hybrid vehicles to kind of nurture people in that general direction. You should have something that will take gas and work off electric, like the Priuses and stuff like that. Something that is both. That way, you're not completely stuck with one or the other.
Yeah, you use the electric to like around the city.
Bro.
Yeah.
Priuses are ugly, and I hate all their drivers. All of them. Every last one. And the Leaf is no better. The Nissan Leaf, their drivers are fucking idiots as well. Because all of them people who drive these stupid cars decide to drive slower than the motherfucker. And it's annoying.
Actually, my bosses drive one, and they actually like the get up and go. They drive just around town with it. But yeah, it's got some get up and go, and they push it to the metal. So yeah.
I don't trust anyone that drives a Prius.
The Leaf has a gauge in it that's like a little tree. And it's like to teach liberals to like not press the gas hard. And it's like the less you press the gas, the more the little needle like is like toward the happy tree. And
I don't even know. I don't
really
even know.
Oh man,
that's so good. I've never been in a Leaf, but I just see him. I just like, oh, that's so annoying. But okay. I have it. This along the same topic on that. We're gonna talk about greens emissions and all that crap. So, or climate change, or whatever you want to call it. Do you think that the world, there's one thing I agree with California about, is their hydro cell cars. It's kind of the same as electric, but you can fill up within 5 minutes and keep your goddamn trip going.
Hydrogen cell is interesting unless you get in a wreck, because most of those hydrogen cells, if they're pressurizing hydrogen to like something crazy, like 7,500 psi or something. So I imagine they could harden them to survive, but
they have. So right now, the only way for them to bust and anything if they've seen, it has to be damn near dropped from space before it'll blow. Which is, I've actually done a study on it. I looked it up and I did a whole presentation to people about this because they were like, I think that's more feasible than going full blown electric. I mean, it's electric if you really want to get down to it. It's just changed it from one to the other. It's just a conversion.
Well, my understanding with hydrogen is it's very expensive to extract that mineral because hydrogen comes from water. Like it's basically electrolysis is what creates hydrogen. You put like two different anodes in water and it splits the molecule and you get 2 parts oxygen, 1 part hydrogen. And my understanding is the amount of electricity you have to put in to create that hydrogen. Like if you're manufacturing that from a coal source power plant, it's actually less efficient than just using fossil fuel. I mean, this is just stuff I've read, so who knows but it does make some sense. And until we get on like nuclear power is our main source of power, or like in our vast array of solar, or more like
solar will never work. Solar will never work is the way they say. Because like I said, if we get on the grid, if everyone gets on the grid today, I mean gets off the grid and goes straight solar, we are done for.
So I want to bring up one point. The reason you can tell that none of these guys are really serious about going completely green and natural and all this, all this soft ecological happiness crap. The reason you can tell is because the guy who invented that motor that ran off of water was found basically dead in his own car off in a ditch. They're never really going to be happy about this or serious about it because they don't want true sustainability. They want something that they can sell you the fuel source and tax you on it. One guy was telling me that we got cars over in Dubai that actually run off compressed air, and they have a compressor in them, and it runs off compressed air, and it's very safe and it's very efficient. And he tried to actually order one and get it shipped here to the United States, and the DMV basically told him there's no way, that car is not legal here. And of course, they got all these excuses. It's like, well, it's compressed air and it can blow up and it's very dangerous. Every fuel source can blow up and it's dangerous. The problem is it eliminates that third party that's selling you the fuel source.
There you go. So it's not about being, like I say, this is land of free. We're free with conditions.
Yeah. Well, what really scares me about these new cars is like how much interface they have and like the software. It's like with the Teslas when like the Hurricanes came, Elon's like, oh, I'm going to give you, 100 more miles of range. Like usually this is locked out in your battery, but just because the hurricane's coming, I'm going to give you more. But if like you're short on your payment or something, and it's like, oh, your car's locked, or just, and there could be some sort of clerical error in the system that's happened to people before, and it's like, that's kind of scary. Like I don't, it makes me scared to want to buy anything too new. Like I kind of look at that when looking at newer cars. It's like I don't want any like overlords like being able to just like stop my car,
Yeah, and that's I actually, like I said, I was talking about this one day on my other channel on Facebook. Is that when I first met my wife, I had a what was it, a '98 Oldsmobile, but it was a 2000. What was it? Yeah, it was a '98 Oldsmobile, but it was a 1998. No, whatever. It was something like that. I don't fucking know. It's an Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
And I bought it from a buy here, pay here. I went to Massachusetts where my wife was, where she was at, and I was spending money left and right, and then I ran out of money. Guess what I didn't pay? Guess what I didn't pay? Which was that led to that bill for car. They cut that bitch off, and the only way you can cut it on is if you pay that bill. Like once you cut it off, it was dead. So I learned how I don't want no overlord being able to stop and make my car go. That's crazy. But I don't know. I don't think I would go get a Tesla or a Rivian or whatever the ones they want, because it's not conducive to my life personally. I like being able to go to the pump and fill up and go, and not have to wait 45 hours for it. Well, 17 hours for it to actually be charged good enough for me to go another 100 miles. That shit is crazy to me.
And that's only being on one of those fast chargers. Like, let's say something happens where, like, for whatever reason you can't go into town and you plug it into your, like, even if you have like a 220 volt setup, we're not talking about 115, like you're plugging it into like your higher powered outlets in your house. It dramatically lengthens the charge time. Like it goes from, at those supercharging stations, I forget whatever it is. Like you said, 45 minutes, it'll get up to 80% charge or something like that. Well, if you're charging it like on a 220 outlet in your house, it's something like, I don't know, like 8 hours to charge it. And if it's like a 115 outlet, it's like all damn day. Like, and it might not even be charged. I'm just pulling those numbers out of my ass, but it's something like that.
Yeah, I understand. It's just not feasible. To me, it's just not feasible. And plus, if you go to supercharge and all that, they're all ran by diesel.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck is the point in going green when you're still using coal to charge it?
Hey, I gotta bounce out. Real quick. I left my phone at work, so I gotta go. But I'll be back later. If you guys are still on, I'll definitely come back and say hi.
Off here pretty soon, man. I gotta go get something to eat real quick.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey, thanks for coming and stopping by and talking shit with me, man.
Absolutely, anytime, man. Definitely enjoy your content, and I hope your channel grows, and hopefully you get to do stuff like CTs, man.
Yeah, I really want like a whole bunch of it to actually do a full debate where we have two sides that actually differ and actually debate their points and let the chat decide who wins. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Because I'll be the pro moon guy, like the pro go to moon guy. But you guys know too much right now. Like, you'll win, and I want to win the debate or at least have a chance.
So listen, I don't know a lot, dude. I literally go over topics and look at politics all day. If I'm not listening to politics, I'm listening to YouTube about something. Turning wood is mostly what I look at. Turning wood or restoring weapons. That's my mostly viewed things that I watch. But
awesome.
other than that, man, politics is my thing. But I don't know, man. I these last two elections have just put me down. I'm just like Yeah. But man, hey, it's been great. Thanks for coming up, especially you, Corn Pops. I don't really see you too often. You don't came up a whole lot, but when you came up for me, that's good.
Dude, I just joined your channel like because you told everybody about your channel and the other private deal with CT, and I was like, I didn't even know you had a channel. Like it's
I've had this channel for probably about a year, some change, but I didn't put too much because during COVID, I was on my other one really heavy because I was into the politics and the whole lead up to the 2020 election and all that. That was my shit. I was in my glory. Every day I had more and more questions.
Oh, sorry
But
about that.
I just got on the. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go on to Facebook because I was doing Restream there, but Restream just does. I don't like Restream, so
Yeah.
I found this and I was like, all right, well, let me get on YouTube and let me see what I can do. But it's hard back then. It was harder to get people to because I've always just wanted people to come up and talk to me, brother. Whatever walk of life you is, most of the people that even my best friend won't get on here and talk shit with me. My best friend, that's boring. I don't do that stuff because I guess he's scared of cameras. I don't know what it is. To me, I'll get on here and talk about anything. He has an interesting job. He does mechanics for airplane. That's an interesting job that I will actually dive into and ask some questions about because I don't know shit about that shit. But yeah, I love to know what people know.
That was good seeing you, Brewski.
Sure.
We'll see you around, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, Corn Pop, I'm actually, I'd love to chat with you more about guns. Being that you're the 07, 02 SOT, I'd have a lot of questions about that because I've actually with the Cerakote, they want me to basically, if I'm going to do it for a living and not just for some random people, if I'm going to buy products, Cerakote them, and then resell them, I got to get an 07.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking to do that, which I think is just absolutely stupid.
It is, yeah.
But if I want to make money at that, well, I got to do it. So
America.
Well, it's only $500 a year for the actual occupational license. It's just all the paperwork, everything that sucks, man. It's just got to cross your T's, dot your I's. It's just, I mean, I have other people check my work. Like, I'm so scared about messing something up. Like
20 years of working at a small gun store. I've been through 3 BATF inspections, and I don't care how good your paperwork is. Those guys walk in the door, you're puckering.
Well, the FFL revocation rate is up 35% since Biden's taken office, and that's no coincidence. That's because people that didn't misspelled some guy's name by one letter or something, just because maybe it was his 120th 4473 he was filling out that day, and or just little kind of stuff that usually the ATF agent that would come in would be like, oh man, here's some whiteout, just correct it, and now it's oh, that's a violation. They've just completely changed the game the way that is, and it's it's really sad because there was a shop up in Tampa that's got the place, but he's a real prominent gunsmith in Florida, and his family business that's been in business for 60 years got shut down, and thank God he's opening up an FFL in a different under a different name now, because you can still do that, but the business name he had and everything, all that recognition, that's all out the window, and it's just a bunch of headache and hassle you got to go through for some frivolous reason. I mean, if you're doing straw sales, or you're illegally selling weapons, or not doing background checks, I see that as a valid violation. But not that kind of stuff. It's
That's crazy. See, I would love to talk about that because I know nothing about that. I want to rebuild. I want to restore guns. That's my thing, and I don't know what I need to have. But then again, my wife won't let me do it because it costs a lot of money to do things, and I don't feel like paying money for shit like that. I'd much rather. This channel is going to grow into a travel channel eventually.
Okay. I'll keep in touch with you guys. I've been saying it forever. I'm going to start my own channel. I wanted to do kind of just a dumb redneck stuff. Go out and blow some watermelons up and that kind of stuff. But I'll also have some tutorial technical type videos of how to do stuff. But yeah, it's.
So you're near Arcadia?
Arcadia, yep.
Man, that's not far from me at all.
It's
really
land's so much cheaper there. So it's because in my area, there used to be an area in Paris, and that's where all the people that still want to have a little ranch house country style property, but still work in the city. You're only 25, 30 minutes away. But all that land, since everybody started moving here, from every other state, because Florida has awesome laws. Thank God, knock on wood. It's everything's just gone through the roof. Properties that were 250, 300,000 are now 1.2 million, 1.5 million. I mean, that crazy the price.
Yeah, because you're in the bougie neck of the woods.
well, now I'm around a bunch of Mexicans and meth addict white people, but I have a good piece of land. So, but
yeah, you're about 2.5 hours away from me. It's not far.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if you guys actually met up like in person. Maybe did a video like shooting watermelons and blowing stuff up. I'm sure Corn Pop's got quite the arsenal, making me a bit jealous there.
I know Uncle Bob's got quite the arsenal too. Which we might one day all lose in a horrific boating accident, of course.
Oh, I've already lost about 20. I already lost about 20. I gave a lot of guns to my son.
Yeah. Well, I do love doing like my buddy and I. We started doing a small little bit of Cerakoting on the side. We've done a handful of projects that came out really super nice, and it's something I enjoy doing. But now they're trying to change a lot of the rules, and now I have to get my own Class 7, whereas previously I was doing it under the shops, and it's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape, and if that's what I got to do, I'm going to do it. I've been pretty good. I've followed the law. I've never even had a parking ticket. So I'll do what I got to do to keep my head above water. But it's just annoying that you have these people changing rules mid game. Same with the way YouTube does it. They set these rules. They should not be able to change the rules.
Yeah.
Just like this. These are the rules. This is what it is. And there, you shouldn't be able to change them mid game. It's like if we're playing hockey and all of a sudden it's like, oh well, you don't get a point if you score into the goal. Now you got to score 3 goals in a row and then you get a point. Well, wait a minute, that's not what I signed up for.
Well, they're doing that to shut business down. It's like they're hoping to incentivize you to not get into it because you have all this additional overhead from having this license, and then like all the just the hassle of doing it. Because like that's the way like these like machine shops, CNC places are. Like there might be a silencer company, and they might not necessarily have. They might have a Bridgeport they made the prototype of, or a 3D printer they made a prototype of their baffle stack for their suppressor. And then they go and take the CAD file to a machine shop, and they have them manufacture the thing, and then they can just spit them out as needed. Like I'm gonna do a run of 100 of them, make the parts for them, and that used to be perfectly fine. Well, now in like the last 2 years, ATF's like, well, now just like the threaded end cap part or the tube some manufacturers make, like that's the serialized suppressor part. Now every baffle is a serialized part, so now we can't have the machine shops like make those like more complicated parts to make. And it's just like, well, wow. Well, so now I got to go buy a $200,000 CNC machine. It's like you're making it so like these like little guys. Like I'm just a little guy. Like I'm nothing.
Can you engrave it?
What's that?
Can you just engrave it? They have a couple engraving machines that are like $300-400.
They've actually made all these rules to where like they have a whole thing. Like I'm sure you saw Corn Pop on the personally made firearms. Notice they did a couple of months back. They have this whole list of rules of how the serial number has to be stamped, like how deep it has to be, the minimum size, the font. You can't just take a little pencil engraver and just drill it in.
Like I said, lander free with conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
some conditions may apply.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. But do you make suppressors there, Corn Pop?
No, I mean I have a couple cans, but nothing. I don't like manufacture my own. I haven't done anything like that. I was very much so back in the day that like
what do you think about
they were called solvent traps, and you just essentially see the final manufacturing part. I was looking into those, but then they really cracked down on those. And I even had some buddies that bought them.
Do they actually work though?
Sent out the I think it's Form 1. Sent out Form 1 to manufacture their own suppressor. And then the ATF rejected it. And they even sent out the Form 1 before they bought it, which is the right way to do it. Because if you buy it before you send out the Form 1, even though you haven't drilled that hole in the end, they determined that it's close enough to already manufactured to be considered a suppressor by them, even though they previously said that they were okay, just like kind of like with the force reset triggers and all that. But they change their mind all the time. They're about to change their mind on braces too, by the way, so get ready for that.
Which is BS.
It's such BS. They've come out, and you know what people make that happen are like these FUDs that write them, that there's already like, it's already known that it's okay, but some asshole has to go and write to them like, I want my own personal letter from the ATF that says that I'm allowed to own this. And then like some different guy at ATF like replies to him and it's like, yeah, well, no, that one there looks too much like a buttstock. And it's just like, they've answered it. They said they're fine. Don't go and ask them the same question again. And that's how a lot of this stuff comes up. It's like, I mean, I don't want to blame those people. Like,
well, it's just like with YouTube. You're trying to get a distinct definition of what did I do wrong or what could I do wrong. And in the defining of it, that's when they really try to nail you. So,
I mean, it just shouldn't be an issue in the first place because they should know that they're only there to enforce the laws around the books. They aren't there to make law, which is exactly what
they
they're
really
doing.
try to nail you. So,
But
That's
I'll let you all go because I know you got to go get your phone, Brewski, and you got to get some. Yeah, I got to get some more to eat too myself. But I'll see you guys around.
I'll be on the internet afterwards, but you
Is
guys, I'll
CT
be
going
around.
to? Yeah, if you're on later, I'll jump back on.
I'm not getting on. I'm always getting on. I get on other people's shit.
Yeah. Is CT doing a show tonight?
He's supposed to have a show tonight, but I don't see it on. I mean, I looked like 3 or 4 times. But.
Uncle Tom, what other shows do you go on?
So I go on. Okay, so I go on Chaotic Truth, and then I got the Fight Club, which is tonight.
Okay.
It comes on 11:45. It's the late night hour. I'm every Friday and Saturday, I'm up all the way until the next day. I don't go to sleep on Fridays. I'm up for the long haul because it's Fight Club, and I'll get on there and argue shit. So it's Anton Daniels Fight Club. Very fucking fun. A lot of people argue on there. Not too many white folks on there, but there's a lot of black folks get up and cam up and talk shit. But even it's a good watch without camming. Because there's a lot of people on there that just has stupid views. But it's more of the pussy, pussy dick conversations, and it gets annoying after a while. But there's some real conversations there is to be had, and you can take good things from it. You can take a whole lot of bad from it. And then I'm on, what is the other one? Jesus Christ, little podcast. I see your little podcast. It's a good one. He's a ranter.
Okay. This is Fight Club, Anton Daniels?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a couple, he has one on right now. I think it's with Jay Prince, and Jay Prince is a character, and he's a full-blown superstar if you ask me. But he's like your average black person that's from the hood thinking. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I love Jay Prince, but the way he thinks it's not for me. You know, but he's to each his own. He makes it work. I'm glad he's changing. He is changing. I see the growth in him, which is good. I've always wanted to see people grow and do better for themselves, not just do the same old bullshit over and over again. And he's growing with Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels is doing what he can for him, and helping him out, helping him think, getting his mind together, because that's all everyone needs is someone to mentor them. And I got a lot of mentors. Well, not a lot. I got 3 mentors that I can lean on and be like, yo, that's some good shit. Yeah, that I'll do it that way. You know what I'm saying? And everybody needs that, no matter how you are. Someone needs someone to look up to, not just look up to, but help them out and lean on for information. So even if it's not the right information. So. But I look at them all. Then I got other ones I go to, but they're not big channels. They're small, and I just like the big mic drop that was talking about CT the other day. I went on his show. Him by himself, without everyone else who's do the pro blackity black shit. He's actually good. He actually has a good thought process. I seen him on someone else's show, and we actually had a conversation that wasn't stupid. You know what I'm saying? It just goes back to race. Everything that goes back to race, it instantly just pisses me off, but makes me like, your whole argument is discredited. I don't like the whole race talk. No, you married a white woman because you hate your mom, or that dumb shit. Like, really? I hate my mom because I married a white woman? No, I married a white woman because we came to agreement of what we wanted, and we loved each other or liked each other at the point, and then it actually grew into love. It's not. I don't believe in loving someone at first sight or any of that bullshit. No. I believe in liking a motherfucker at first.
Lust at first sight for sure.
Yeah, lust for sure. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I lusted after this white woman. And then it turned into, full blown love.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
They prove themselves. Yeah.
But anyone that says freaking marriage is not fun or any of that, they're doing it wrong. I'll be the first one to tell you, you're doing it wrong. There's not a day to go by that I wish I was with someone else. I love being my wife. I love spend time with my kids for the most part. They do get on my nerves, but I like them.
That's why one thing I hate in modern society, so many people are black pilled, like all these incels. Like I envy like what you have, Uncle Todd.
Yeah.
Like, you have a good wife, you have a family and kids. Like I'm a 33-year-old man. Like I got a girlfriend now, but I honestly don't think she's going to be the one. I had one at one time I thought was going to be the one, but
there's never the one.
I really hope I'm not like 50 years old, single or with a girlfriend and no kids, man. Because that's what it's all about, man. Is like raising up the next generation and
Well, what I've learned is there's never just the one. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie. If my wife, at the age I am right now, being 40, if my wife died, I don't know I don't know if I'll get back in the dating scene because I just don't like shack chasing and doing all the extra work that what these motherfuckers are going through. Cause I look at them and I'm like, where do you find these bitches? Because I can't find a bitch like that. I don't know where you. I don't. Well, I get. Like I always say, I guess it's who you allow in your circle. I don't allow shit in my circle. That my circle is really close knit. I got more in common with y'all than I do with most people around me. Like I told them before, there's more rounds on my road than there is at our police station.
Oh, I bet.
So I have more in common with them than I do with just like I can't do the whole blackity black. Oh, you're not black because I'm just like I don't care.
That's why I like Eric too. People give Eric shit on CT's show. Like, yeah, he can be a little annoying his voice, but like I agree with a lot of stuff he says.
That's the only thing wrong with Eric is he's a bulldog.
Yeah. He's too pushy.
He is a fucking bulldog. And you have to be set strong in your convictions and stand on them with him. Because he will make you change your way about the way you breathe. You're like, what? I do that? I swear he can talk you up out of your shoes while you walking in them.
Yeah, someone like Modern Renaissance Man has a lot smoother delivery. You know, he's
Modern Renaissance. He's too churchy, but you know, I get it. I like it. He's in on his convictions, and I like that. And I never tell I tell my mom. My mom has been to 3 different religions, well, 2 different religions, and I'm like, Mom, you know, it's cool. I agree. I just like having conversations with her. Like she wants to call me and do a Bible study. I'm gonna do a Bible study. Do I believe in God like that? You know, I was a strong Christian for a long time where I went 4 or 5 days a week to church. And I just like right now in my life, I'm just like, do I believe in a God? Sure, I do believe in a creator. I do believe that. But do I care who the messenger was? Because all Jesus, the Quran, and all that was a messenger who delivered a message to you about the Heavenly Father. Okay, cool. We all talking about the same God. Let it be so.
I don't think God gives a crap if you go sit in a building that a bunch of people go and sing. That's
well, Jesus didn't sit in no building.
Yeah, Jesus went to a temple and overturned the tables of all the people that were like corrupting churches. Is what kind of like our church. It's like a bunch of people at the social club. People go to sing some slightly Jesus or God related songs. Like that's how my ex-girlfriend I broke up with. It was just a real cute Puerto Rican chick, but I go to church with her every Sunday, but it was just to like appease her parents. The guy she met that she cheated on me with was another guy at the church. So it's like, yeah, you are a real wholesome woman. All right. It's like, you know,
I lost a relationship with one girl because I was asking her to go to brunch with me on Sunday and she goes, "Oh no, I'm going to church." And I just blurted out, just being the smart ass, I said, I thought you were too smart for organized religion.
Yeah. That's a hot thing about it. So, you know, my mom's on the whole, because like I said, I grew up Jehovah's Witness. My mom was a very strong Jehovah's Witness. I had to do the walking and I did it all. Then I became a Christian.
I never understood the whole Jehovah thing, so we'll talk about it. I'm going to write that down and bring it up next time because you're going to have to explain that whole theology to me. I like discussing theology.
Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. The reason I like being a Jehovah's Witness is because it promotes reading your Bible. That's one thing they do. They believe in Bible studies and all the rest of stuff and reading and knowing that Bible. The temple, going to the temple and reading. I mean, the songs are stupid that they sing, but other than that, it pretty much preaches. Going to the kingdom, and reading your Bible and knowing your stuff. So
they're all over where my grandma lived, man. Like I swear, like every 2 or 3 days, doorbell would ring and it'd be a Jehovah Witness want to tell you about Jehovah. Like it was, and that's all my experience. Like I know about.
Have you ever sat there and talked to one of them?
No, I haven't. Just because because I was a kid staying at my grandmother's house, I didn't want to invite like a stranger in the house or anything. So but
dude, so my wife hates when I do it because I talked to him for about 4 or 5 hours, and I'm like, but what about this? I know you read your Bible. I know that because I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and then we just go down the list, a line of things that they believe that I just say this is contradicting itself. Just like you can do the same thing with the Quran. Be like, you know what? It contradicts itself. Not that they're saying it's wrong, but you're missing something. Something's missing here. Something's not right. But like I said, I believe in the Creator. Do I care who the messenger is? No, I don't. Am I going to say any religion is better than the other one? Nah, I'm not. Because we're all speaking a message of loving your person, loving someone like you would want to be loved yourself.
I really
Amen.
don't even care what people's religions they say. I don't care if you're a Jew, if you're a Muslim, if you're a
Me
Christian. Like,
either.
if you are a good person, like if you treat me with respect and like you live a good life, like that's all I care about, man. Like,
I do want to read the Torah. That's one thing I want to read. I want to read the Torah. That's my next goal is to read that. The Quran was okay. The Quran was okay. I didn't mind the Quran and the teachings behind it. I don't mind it.
Well, to my understanding, the Torah is just the Old Testament. But what like when I get into like when I discuss, and it's like YouTube's big censorship on this, but what intrigues me about like the people that like the talk about these evil bankers and stuff, a lot of them are like they go back before the Torah, they study what's called the Talmud, and that has some really weird crap in it. And that's like what I find interesting, like what sects of Judaism like go from like are strictly the Torah and which ones like go toward the Talmud, because it's almost like I can't understand how you can believe one and believe the other. Like I don't know, I'm ignorant on that kind of stuff. But
see, that's what I would like to have a Jewish person on here to explain to us. 'Cause I don't know, and I love to soak in information. I will listen to people talk about things all day because it doesn't bother me. I like to learn, and that's how I can sit there and watch documentaries all day.
That's what we're here on the earth for, man. Like knowledge is power. Like we should all try to learn, and not just about stuff we like. Learn about other people, you know, because other people might have a better idea than you have. Someone else might have a lot better ideas than I have. So I might as well listen to them, right?
Yeah. Have y'all ever windsurfed?
No, I actually got into paramotoring though. Speaking of stuff with kind of the wind.
Oh, you really? Oh, I've been wanting to get into paramotoring, but they don't never have nothing. I don't know. Well, I lost a lot of weight because I was 375 pounds.
What do you weigh? 280?
No, what I weigh now?
Yeah.
No, I weigh 268 right now.
Dude, you're good. You have like a 23 or 24 foot wing, like more of like the relaxed wing. I'm not an expert on it to know like which exact wing to give you because I weigh fucking 215 right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you just need a bigger wing, so you won't be able to do as many like aerobatics and stuff. But
I don't care about aerobatics. I think that's deaf shit right there. I don't like. I fly just fly.
Do loops. But it's fun, man. It's like you can buy a really nice super bike for like 15 grand, or for like 9, 10, 11 grand, you can get a sick paramotor setup, and it'll be it's probably safer than the super bike actually, and it's like being Superman, man. You look around, if you don't look up, you just have a harness, like this seat you're sitting in that's attached to a harness, and you're just looking around, and you're just soaring around by like your body movements, you're like shifting.
Yeah, so I'll watch. What is that? What is his name?
Yeah, Tucker Gott. That dude. That's what got me into it. Tucker Gott.
Dude, I've been watching that dude for like the last 5 years.
Him and the PKA podcast. I know he's kind of a boomer, but the guy, the Woody, who's like the guy in the top left on PKA podcast.
He just died, didn't he?
But he got me into it too because I found Tucker's channel through him about 2-3 years ago. And,
there was someone that just died that was close to Tucker.
The king of that was his buddy, but the original the King of Random guy, but now they have like some it looks like some hot Greek chick that's doing it now. But the guy that not like the skinny guy that was with the Greek chick now, but like the other skinny guy that was like in the ones from like 4 or 5 years ago. That guy died while paramotoring. Like he had a complete collapse of his chute.
Yeah, Tucker went through the whole thing. I was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, that was the guy that was in like all of his videos. He had, but yeah, it's rough, especially when you hear the guy was real experienced and stuff. Because it must have been worst case scenario everything. Because the guy had his reserve and he had kicked out his reserve, but it was too low or something. Yeah, I watched that too.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, I want to get into it. I want to do that before. That's on my bucket list. I just want to fly over a mountain. That's what I want to do. That's it. Other than that, listen, it ain't even got to be a high mountain. It can be a low mountain. As long as I go over it, I have eclipsed what I've wanted to eclipse. You know what I'm saying? That and cave. I want to do some underwater caves.
All right. Well, I heard you mention that the other night on CT show, and fuck that, man. I do not. You can do that. That like me and you can paramotor one day, or we can go to the range, man. But I'm not going cave diving with you like that. I'm not really claustrophobic.
Count me out.
The idea of going in like some dark ass cave, because we have those all over like North Florida.
Yeah, I know. That's what gave me the idea.
Yeah, like there's the one Devil's Den that's right by where my mom is in Ocala. But
that's my first one I want to go to.
Yeah. But those, it's like you read the horror stories, like the way people die. You can imagine like a more terrifying way to die. Like your light goes out, like you only know you have 45 minutes of oxygen left, and like, oh, the cord that the tow cable that you had to like find your way back through the 15 different passages back behind you, like it accidentally got pulled forward. So like now you don't know which hole to go through, and it's like,
dude, I don't care. If that's the way I go, that's the way I go.
Like, do you want to like find the Loch Ness monster or something? Like what is your
the inspiration behind that is that's why I want to start. Because I want to learn. So my thing is I want to learn more about the United States that is unseen. There's a lot of stuff that is unseen in America that the stories never get told. And that's what I want to do. And that's why I'm going to get either a fifth wheel or RV, one or two. It's going to be a lot of money. So I'm going to sell my house to do so. And that's why I said this channel will be turned into a travel channel /
I'd love to go to the I'd love to go to the Superstition Mountain Range in Arizona. I hear there's a lot of people that come up missing, and there's a lot of little mysteries and weird stories. Superstition Mountains in Arizona. I'd love to go.
They're beautiful mountains there, man. I've never been, but that's what I hear. People that went there.
I hate Flagstaff. I will let you know that I hate Flagstaff.
I don't think I've never actually been to Arizona.
Dude, Flagstaff is, if you want to talk about some pure racism, there's some racist people in Flagstaff, boy. I mean, well, I went when I was a kid. I haven't been there. Well, I've been there once since I've been an adult, but I just got my gas and left. But before then, when I was a little kid, my dad's car broke down, and this white dude was calling my dad all types of N-words, and he ain't did nothing to him. I was like, what the? As a child, you're like, what the is going on? And then my dad's like, this racist motherfucker don't want me to, because my dad's car broke down right in front of one of the auto repair places. Thank God, you would think so, right? No, he had my dad tow his car somewhere else. He didn't want to fix my dad's car because I was like, wow, this is crazy. That's crazy. Man. But like I've grown to know that this world is full of idiots. And you can't live your life based off one idiot. There's going to be a million idiots that you're going to encounter in your lifetime, and just hey, keep it pushing. I ain't got time for it. But those days would make you realize that no matter, like I got spit on in Africa. So what does that mean?
Really?
Yeah.
I got spit on in Africa.
Yeah. Never again. That's why I said you can have that motherland shit.
That's fucking crazy.
I'll stay in America.
Yeah, I feel like that, like those like extreme racist people like you ran into, like I feel like that there'll always be racist people, but I feel like especially from like the white side, that'll mostly die off because it's like there's people I grew up around. I mean, my area, like my county, Lee County, was named after like General Lee. It was the 5th last desegregated school system in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing up around people, like you'd hear like somebody be telling a story and they'd tell it N-word joke, or they just say it like, but they weren't saying it like mean, they were saying it just like casually. But there's probably like, I count on one hand how many people I think were like nasty, like actually racist people that I've encountered, but no one else that but overall, like I don't think there's anybody that was like really truly believed, like most of the people that were like believed in that like racial like etymology stuff, like that this race is better than another, or just like the ideas that you like hear of these stereotypical racial supremacists. That's such a small fraction of people I've encountered, like talking like among like
the thing about it is it's literally less than 1,000, less than 1,500 people that actually have that same ideology. And even if there was more, guess what? They're not out in the open with it, and no one cares. To me, the way to end racism in the United States is not to talk about it. Stop breaking each other up in sections. Oh, you're a black colored person and you're a person of color. This one's white. This one, dude, we're all fucking Americans, bro. All today.
Yeah, we need a lot more nationalism.
Guess what? There's no race if there's all American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll never let it go. And sometimes.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, being that I'm in a predominantly white area with a lot of Native Americans and a high Hispanic population, the black population is pretty low, but it's grown significantly in the last 20 years I've been living here, and as a white guy, I've had people come in almost like they're testing the waters to see if I'm racist too, and it's very very few and far between. But I have had white people come up and they'll it's sometimes funny they'll like say a joke that's like the moderately racist joke like
Yeah.
and I've had the same people say the same similar jokes about Polacks and Hispanics and whatever, and they're fine. And usually it's just they don't care. They're not really racist. It's just a funny joke, like the park bench one. It kind of fits a stereotype, but it's not 100% true. But I had this one gal, and I told you that she actually is the one that told me the park bench joke, and she was like super sweet and really nice, and everything seemed fine. And she told a couple of jokes, and I tell a couple of jokes back, and there was Pollock and this and whatever. And then one day she's telling me another joke, and this young black dude came in, and his clothes were dirty. It's not like he was poor or homeless. He was just gross. He stunk to high heaven. He had bad hygiene. He was wearing no deodorant, and he just stunk. And he drove actually a nice car. So it's not like he was completely destitute. But, and I dealt with him and kind of held my breath and held my nose. And, I worked with him and whatever. And he went out the door. And that little white girl that was so sweet before, she looked at me and goes, "That N-word stank." And I'm like, "Oh, you really are racist." Okay. It's like, now I know. It's like, you said a couple of jokes before that just, I wouldn't have really thought of it, but it's like, oh, yeah, you seriously are a racist. Okay. Now I like you less.
And see, the thing about it is, I much rather know that person is racist. I much rather know because I know where to put you. Because I know that when I'm with you, I got to watch over my back.
Yeah.
It's like these leftist like women are like the worst, like I find, because they're the ones like, oh, they talk all about like diversity and all this kind of stuff, but they don't live around like anybody but white people. And then they go somewhere and like they're the ones that like show the most like racist like type of mannerisms. I at least I've found it. I mean, yeah, you'll get some like dumb country girl that'll be out somewhere and she'll feel uncomfortable and she'll drop like an N-word thinking, oh, I'm a girl, nobody's gonna hit me. Like you get those kind of dumb bitches, but
yeah.
I already told you how I feel about females. But as long as you keep your hands to yourself, we cool. You put your hands on me, it's a different story. I don't care who it is. Like I told my dad, don't put your hands on me, man. I'm too old for that. My dad. I swear, me and my dad is the funniest freaking father-son duo ever.
You'd like my friend Coop. Uncle Tom, like, 'cause he was like you. He grew up all around military bases. He's this dude from Louisiana, and he's a fellow gunsmith guy. Does a lot of AK builds. But yeah, you remind me of him. He stayed. I wonder if you guys, this. I'm just sound like one of those like non-military people. Like, oh, you guys know each other? Like you're in the military.
You never know. It's a small world. It's a small world.
He was in Germany a long time too, because his dad was stationed over there. But.
Oh. Wait, what time? Like, do you know the years?
I don't know. I want to say he's in his early 40s. I'm gonna guess either late 30s, early 40s. I don't know his exact age, so I don't know if
I was there from 1990 to 90. Oh no, more. No shit. Sorry, I've been there from 1984 to 92.
Because he tells a story about this one, like he was, I don't know if this was in Germany or in the States, but he was talking about there was like, all the military kids that lived there, and there was like a couple of black kids that were like saying to beat him up, and there's just like one black kid that's like, oh no, that's Coop, man, he's cool, and I was like, man, wouldn't that be funny if that was like Uncle Tom or something like.
I'm telling you right now, in Germany. We used to fight the local Germans because we lived on the Autobahn. We didn't live on the actual. I mean, we lived off post. We didn't live on post, right? So I used to turn my eyelids inside out, right, and chase the little German kids down the street, and they would be scared shitless. I was a little demon. So it was me, my sister, and my brother, and we used to torture the local kids, right? And then they got on. They got their bigger brothers and stuff and tried to fight us. And my brother, this is the first time that I knew my brother wasn't pussy, right? He actually grabbed a hammer and broke the kid's arm with a hammer. And I was like, holy shit. I didn't think you had it in you. I thought you was a pussy. I mean, he's still not as mean as I am, but he from that moment I knew my brother was gangster when it comes to certain things. Because boy, they were chasing. It was like three of them. And when he hit him with that hammer, boy, that's when they called the police or the police side. It was a whole neighborhood fight damn near. It was because it was three families, three black families that lived in that same area, in that little bitty town. Boy, it was crazy. I loved being in Germany as a kid. That was fun. That was fun.
I bet. Fought like other like preppy white kids from like other private schools. That's
oh my god.
You're missing out. Let's go meet at the Publix parking lot. Like we have some beef or something, and then like two or three punches would be thrown, and like somebody would stop fighting. And
oh no, this was like a damn near a brawl, and I was like 6, so I was the youngin', and my brother was just turning 10 when that happened. I got hit by a car in Germany too. I got ran over by a BMW. Smooth, all both arms and both legs right off. Woo-woo. I swear.
Yeah, that quality BMW engineering, like it was probably engineered to like not hurt you as much when it like hit you, and that's probably.
I told my wife, I said I have the best guardian angel out there because my house been set on fire with me in it, didn't have a scratch on me. I've been hit by a car,
dude.
I've been blown the fuck up. My guardian angel is strong. But you know. That's why I look at stuff and I laugh now. I've gone through a whole bunch of bullshit that most people would have died from. Hell, I almost drowned with my son. And that motherfucker listen, don't ever listen, sometimes you gotta let your kids go. You know what I'm saying? Teach them a lesson. So we're here in Florida, and it never happened in Hawaii. I never understood why it never happened in Hawaii, but I guess my son was younger then, but the youngest. And I was like, whatever you do, you always have a flotation device on you. And he took his boogie board off of his arm, and he got stuck in the water. So I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, help. I'm like, what do you need help for? You got your boogie board. And he's helping. I'm on my surfboard. So I try to get him in. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. So I didn't know how strong the water was. And I put him on my surfboard and I try to push him in. Guess what happens to him? He nosedives in the water. So I got to swim to him. Surfboard is crazy. So I get him back on the surfboard. I get him in, and then I'm stuck in the water because I can't reach the bottom. So I got to literally swim sideways. And I'm already tired. This is a 10 to 15 minute journey just to get him in. And then I get stuck myself. Well, it took me about another 10 minutes to get in. By the time I got in, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, those rip currents are scary, man.
Oh, bro, it was strong. And me and one of my homeboys, which is a fellow coach of mine, my wife saw these kids in the water and they were so far out. And I'm like, my wife like, do you see them out there? I was like, yeah. She said, they don't look good. And they're jumping in the water and the rip current is taking them. And then me and my homeboy just took off to the water because we know they were gone. Because the way they were doing it, they were just, I know they couldn't reach the bottom. Because I know I couldn't reach. By the time we got there, you couldn't. By the time we got out there, dude's eyes was rolling the back of his head. So my homeboy got there faster than I am because he swims faster than me. But he's short. He's shorter than me. So he's trying to get him on his shoulder, and I'm tall, so I can actually reach the bottom at that point in time. So I put him on my shoulder, and I'm dragging him in. I mean, you can just see his eyes, his head's bobbing the water. He's foaming out the mouth. Oh, it was crazy. But they eventually got him back to life, because he was dead. He was dead. And his brothers and his I think he was out there with 2 of his brothers or his cousins or whatever it was, and they were out there. They just got carried away and just got, not paying attention how far they was going, and then the current just took them.
Yeah, you gotta be careful how far you swim offshore, man. Because those rip currents are weird. They'll start at like 50 yards or 75 yards offshore. That's where the big shit hangs out, particularly on the if you're on the beaches on the East Coast. That's where all those big bull sharks and shit hang out.
Well, that's mostly Daytona area. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of sharks down here where I'm at too, but I haven't encountered any, thank God. But I've encountered a lot of dolphins, though. A lot of dolphins. Like when I had a seizure in the water, my wife said there was dolphins in the water behind me, and that's how she knew something was wrong, because I didn't turn around and look at the dolphins. I usually look at what's around me.
Yeah.
And then I'm coming in, and then everything just went black. I'm having a seizure in the damn water. And I'm like,
Oh, shit.
I tried my hardest to get back to the damn shore. So I was like, as soon as I can step on sand, I was like, oh, I'm safe. Fell out.
Thank God you're able to actually move a little bit.
Huh?
Thank God you're able to move a little bit, like, and it didn't just completely lock you up, you know?
That's the bad thing about being in the water. That's the only thing that scares my wife is when I'm out there surfing. It don't scare me no more. I've come to grips with my life. I've had a great run.
You don't teach me to surf, man. Like I don't know how to surf. Like that's one thing. Like I do kneeboarding, skiing, slalom skiing, that kind of stuff, wakeboarding, but I've never actually surfed. I've done like a little bit of like boogie boarding, but that's like laying on your belly and catching a wave. You know.
It's literally only thing bad about surfing is when you don't know how to surf. Just get a big surfboard and then use it like a flotation device, and you feel the waves. As soon as you feel the waves pushing you, that's when you just pull up and we'll stand up. But I can teach you surf. That's easy. That's easy. I taught my son in a day how to surf, so it's really easy. I don't know how. I tell
people do
y'all
that kite surfing up where you are, like because that's all over down here. Like
so they do it a lot over here, but I haven't done it. I want to do it. Only thing is that they want to do it in the river, and I don't like river. That river's dirty. That river is dirty. That was it island or not island Indian River. It's pretty dirty. Pretty dirty. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's a little warm.
Well, Coosawhatchee, like all the Okeechobee water, whenever they let that open up the locks, all the fertilizer and stuff that runs, because all the farm fields like runoff runs into Okeechobee, so all that fertilizer in there, and then when they release that water down, it makes all the algae bloom. So it's always, when it doesn't rain for a while, it'll get pretty clear, but as soon as it rains or they decide to open those locks, it gets like shit brown. You can't see.
Yeah, murky.
Yep.
That's so disgusting.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off for now. I gotta go grab my phone from work. So hey, it's been a pleasure. Definitely look forward to jumping again. Corn Pop, I will send you some emailed pictures of some of the Cerakote work I've done just to show off a little bit. And look forward to catching you guys next time.
Yeah, man, it's great having you on here, man.
This would be a good time to end it, y'all. Hey, you guys have been fun. Thanks for coming up and kicking it with me for the week. Well, for Friday, I might get online tomorrow, but if I don't, we'll see each other on CT or somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I hope you do more of these because this is a lot more chill and a lot more relaxed and not as much antagonism.
As much as you want, man. I mean, I get off at work at 2:00, so.
All right.
I could sit in here and just bullshit you guys the next 2 hours. I can get some to eat to myself, but yeah, I love this shit, man.
Okay, sure. I'll see you. I'll make one tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
See y'all later. I'm bouncing off too.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Later.
Well, that was a great show. I'm glad that everyone came and joined us for that. We actually got to talk about more than I want to talk about, which is even better. I love talking. If anyone want to come up here and talk, shoot the shit with me, man. It's cool. I like it. I want to hear what y'all learned, what y'all learned in life, what you didn't learn in life, how life's going with you. I may not know you from Adam, but hey, it don't mean I couldn't get to know you. I like chilling with people. But as of right now, we're going to end the show, and I will be back on tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on the Porch Session and Uncle Tom Show on Facebook. All right, you guys have a good one. Peace.